Yes, everyone, you know what time it is. It's your boy Jack here at the Irish Hotspur, and we're going to be delivering you the Watchalong today. We're coming up against Man City. We're going away to the Etihad. I think they've even had to gather a whole bus parade to try to gather some sort of encouragement because they still do have a bit of fear. They still do have a bit of the heebie-jeebies when it comes to maybe Tottenham Hotspur, and they are finding ways to get ahead of, feel confident for this one, but Spurs fans, definitely don't feel as confident for sure. We have a lot of injuries, but a very exciting lineup that Ange has gone for, and we spoke about it in the pre-match buildup. I had a feeling that he was going to stick with that same midfield. Very nice to see that he has. We're going for it here. We're not conceding in any sort of fashion. We're not thinking about the threat of Man City as much as we're trying to still deliver sort of our sort of style. We're trying to make them think about us, and it's good to see. It's a beautiful lineup we have in front of us here. We have Guglielmo Vicario in goals, Pedro Porro as our starting right back, who's been actually quite consistent, I think, so far this season. We're going to need a big defensive performance from him today, alongside Emerson Royale, keeping his spot ahead of Eric Dyer in the starting lineup as the center back for today. Eric Dyer supposedly pulled up with some type of sore injury or ankle or some type of, kind of last minute kind of training injury. And so I guess Ange has said that he's been kind of ruled out of the lineup entirely because of it. We have Ben Davies joining Emerson Royal at left-sided center back. We have Destiny Udogie at left back. We have Yves Bissouma in the number 6 position as the CDM. And then it's going to be Lo Celso and Kulusevski once again in the central midfield, operating in those sort of half spaces. It's going to be cool to see see how Man City sort of try to handle that, because I actually thought they did a very good job, Kulusevski and Lo Celso. I thought they really had a great game against Aston Villa. I thought we created a lot of different chances. Kulusevski was really hard working off of the ball. I really did like that performance from our midfield. And I think Bissouma is somebody that a lot of Spurs fans have been crying out for and have been wanting to see back into the team without any restrictions, without any sort of, lingering, yellow card on his mind or anything like that. And it's good to see. So Bissouma back into the lineup, which means Højbjerg has been dropped to the bench. We have Brennan Johnson on the right, maybe on the left wing or on the right wing, actually, probably again. Sonny on starting up front, and then Brian Hill-Messi keeping his spot at left wing. And I sort of brought that up earlier where I think if Højbjerg was going to be dropped to the bench, that gave us maybe a chance to keep players like, Hill-Messi in the team, maybe keep Brennan Johnson on the right, not have to concede as much in terms of sort of the attacking areas. Because if you're going to drop, or if you're going to include maybe Højbjerg and Bissouma in the same team, you're then going to probably push Kulusevski over to the right wing, which means then, Brennan Johnson or maybe a Brian Hill would have been left down. Then we might lose a bit of that attacking sort of edge and, or kind of impact. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how they go about things this front three today, and it's going to be an exciting lineup. And I'm happy that Ange is going for it. One of the sort of the simple things about kind of Spurs right now is that we're going to try to grab 3 points. We're not sort of conceding or any sort of kind of conservative, cautious approach as much from us. We're trying to grab 3 points. We want the opposition to think about us, and let's hope for a good performance from our team today. But it is a much different test to Aston Villa, who I guess are struggling at the moment. I mean, I'm not sure how it ended up over at Bournemouth, but I guess they somehow got the result. A bit of a Spanish derby between Iraola and Unai Emery, so maybe they aren't as convincing as they maybe were in the beginning of the season. But we're going to get to a bit of the chat, see what people have to say ahead of this lineup. Dave is joining me in should be 10 minutes time, perhaps. He's just like we said earlier, he's coming back from celebrating, I believe, his sister's birthday, and he's rushing on home, and he's making a good effort, actually, to still come on and try to join us for the watch along today. But big ups to everybody. Hopefully you are keeping well, but Dave will be here in about 10 minutes time. Plenty already, though, in the chat, so let's get to it and see what people have to say ahead of this game. We have Ribsy85 saying, free hit for us, no pressure. Let's see some good football. Come on, you Spurs. Adrian Schroka saying, to dare is to do. Come on, you Spurs. And just certainly daring right now with this lineup. And we also have Dark Sun G with a super chat saying, really love the lineup at the moment. Just a sec, let me catch up with that. He says, really love the same lineup. Come on, Hill and Richie back. Richie surprisingly back into the team, Dark Sun G. Did not see that coming, my friend. And as well, I felt like, too, that Richie was going to be out till December or something like that. I'm trying to remember what the tweet said, but there's something about him being out for a pretty long while, and he only just had that surgery and everything too. So this is a bit of a surprise for me, Dark Sun G. Seeing how Messi kept back into, or staying in the starting lineup is a very good sight. Want to see him, get more minutes, and this is his chance. I thought he actually had a pretty good game against Aston Villa. I thought he was, creative in those wide areas. He had that terrific cross, right, for Sonny that I brought up to you earlier, that I wish maybe we saw a few more of those from Brian Hill, because I felt like if he just put in one or two more of those sort of crosses, we would have saw maybe a chance created, or, maybe an extra sort of chance for Spurs. But like I also said, I felt like we missed already enough chances, and Hill included missed a chance in the last game. So let's see how he performs today. And I think he has been looking good in that left wing, though. And I'm excited to see him given another chance here, Dark Sun G, for sure. But big up to you, my man. And Richie back into the team is a huge surprise. Eric Dyer, being dropped as well, or I guess pulling up with an injury. I'm not sure how much I actually even believe that. I felt like when he was asked in the press conference about Eric Dyer, he didn't say anything about an injury or any kind. And Ange hasn't really been one of those sort of managers that hides, I think, injuries, or seems to play kind of like some sort of a like housery with kind of the reporters. He seems to sort of tell the truth, and he likes to be quite clear about the injuries. Not really the time length or anything like that, but he will pretty much say if a player is not available ahead of a game. So maybe something that happened quite late, or happened maybe this morning or something like that. But yeah, I don't know how much, unless I'm just kind of just assuming something because I want to assume something. I don't know how much I believe that Dyer even has any sort of significant injury, but it could really just be he pulled up with something ahead of the game, which is why he's been left out. But a lot of young players on the bench. We have Santiago on the bench. I believe we have Valise on the bench. We have as well Dorrington, Santiago, Donley, I think is, if I'm not mistaken, back on the bench again. I could be missing some others that I can't really see perfectly there, but two goalkeepers, which is quite funny to see in the bench, which shows maybe how many injuries we have, that I guess we have two goalkeepers on the bench at the moment. But definitely desperate times for Tottenham Hotspur, Dark Sun G. Hopefully you're keeping well, my friend. And Ribsy85 saying, kicking on with fullbacks FC, why not? Let's go. I think it's better than what we have with Eric Dyer into the team, Ribsy, and I think you would agree with me there, but it is quite a fullbacks FC team at the moment. I thought Emerson actually had a good game at center back. I thought he moved the ball quickly. He's defensively solid for the most part. I think they got taken advantage of maybe in the aerial department. That could happen again today with Man City, but we can't really expect too much, I think, when you're kind of in this sort of desperate situation with those two guys. And they actually, I think, surprised a lot of us, at least Emerson and Ben Davies did. They were a lot better than what Ben Davies and Eric Dyer were, I think, in the Wolves game. So if fullbacks FC is what we can get away with, let's see if we can get away with it for the time being until our man Cudi Romero comes back for the next game, Ribsy. We also have THFC Till I Die, member for 23 months. Big up to you, Dermatron. He's saying, big up, guys. Keep doing what you're doing on the mothership of THFC Till I Die, and always there when anyone needs a hand or help. So there, help you there. Big thank you. Appreciate you, Dermatron, and thanks as well for helping us out during the watch-along, or not during the watch-along, during the pre-match build-up earlier, my man. And let me know if you're going to be watching this one behind the couch, Tron, watching it on the chair, maybe have the missus next to you for some sort of moral support, throughout the game, because it will be a nerve-wracking one for sure. Big up to you, Mr. Tron. And I think in Man City's lineup, we're looking at Ederson in goals, Kyle Walker, Diaz, Gavardiol, Akanji. They've gone for that back four of center backs, right? Which I think is very different to maybe how he's lined up in the past. Doku, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Julian Alvarez, Erling Haaland, and Rodri. I wish the playing field was leveled just a little bit by Rodri. It'd be nice if Man City just had one injury to like a Haaland, one injury to like a Rodri, or maybe one of their kind of key defensive players, because it's been a bit annoying to see players like just players just dropping like flies in the Spurs team. And it's just not really a fair contest in a way when it comes to what we have to pick from, especially in those defensive areas. But a huge game ahead of us, and Man City, I guess, don't really have as much of a weakened lineup as we do. So we'll see how this one unfolds. THFC Till I Die, do appreciate your support for the 23 months. One of the Mount Rushmore, candidates of this channel. The regular, come on, you Spurs. Big up to the regular. Hopefully you're all right this afternoon, friend. Big up to everyone, he says in the chat as well. We have never stopped Postacoglu. He says, let's get it, boys. Absolutely love it. Dreadlock74, come on the Iddos. Big up to you, Dreadlock. Donovan Osterreicher, fresh off the cold plunge. You guys misspelled Emerson in the title sequence. I'll take a look at that. And we love our boy Emerson. It's Emmer Goat. Exactly, Donovan. It's Emmer Goat. We need to be fixing that. And also, there's only one man that speaks the Emmer Goat language, and it's Emerson Royale. If you ever caught his recent, I think he put out a recent rap music video of some kind, Emerson, and there's only one Emerson Royale in this universe. You know, he's picking up clean sheets for Spurs. You know, he's the defensive man I've always stood up for, but he's also putting out rap albums, you know, at the same time. He's a multi-talented man. He's got lovely hair, got a great smile. You know, I'm all about Emerson Royale. Foggy Foam, big up, guys. Don't you all think we are leaving Poro a bit isolated against Doku with no Kulu helping him out defensively? I guess it's up to Brennan Johnson, right, to help out defensively, Foggy Foam. I understand what you mean, right? Kulusevski is just an absolute workhorse in that team, especially on the right or wherever he really plays. But we'll might need Brennan Johnson to step it up, I think, maybe a bit more in sort of the defensive front. At least that's how I sort of see it, Foggy Foam, because I think Pedro Porro has been great this season. Even when isolated, I think he's been great. But this is a tough team to do it against. Big up to Pete Ross. Hopefully you're keeping well. Nick Brown is in here too. Good to see you, Nick Brown. Scooter Reacts. Big up to Scooter saying, morning, Dave, Jack, and chat. Let's hope we get something out of this game and not a spanking. Definitely don't want a spanking of any kind, sir. Definitely not. But big up to Scooter Reacts. And DB, hopefully you're keeping well. Dyer pulled up my arse. Yeah, I don't really know if I believe too much. I don't know how much I believe into it. Big up to Mary W as well. Whatever happens, it's our love and it's our club. Well said, Mary. Very, very sensible from you. Paul Wiley's in here. Davies and Royale and central defense were Donald ducked because Miracle will get anything here. I think, you know, Spurs have pulled off miracles against Man City in the past, Paul Wiley. Welsh Gal, member for 21 months. Thank you for your service, Welsh Gal. And she says, big up, Dave and Jack. Good lineup. Basuma and Destiny are back. Hill is starting again. Johnson and Kulu have to step up. I completely agree, especially with sort of the end part there. And I was just kind of talking about that with sort of Johnson maybe having to step up in the defensive department. Kulusevski really likes playing through the middle, Welsh Gal, so there's kind of hope that he can take advantage of, you know, maybe another opportunity to play in sort of his favorite position or his favored position, if you will. But I completely agree with what you sort of say there on kind of especially chances for Hill, chances for Johnson to really step it up ahead of this game. Big up to you, Welsh Gal, celebrating 21 months of service. Basuma and Destiny are definitely needed additions back into this team. And it's just good to see kind of, you know, Ange sticking with his guns, sticking with his principles, right? You know, and it's a very good team, I think, in general, that he's sort of sticking with, you know, sort of the same team from the Aston Villa game. I actually thought we deserved more than what we got. We absolutely deserved 3 points. I thought we dominated Villa in a lot of sort of sequences of that game. And if we put any sort of similar performance in that we did the last time and we have a bit more clinical finishing edge, I think I'll be pretty proud of the performance. But big up to you, Welsh Gal. 21 months of service. Thank you for helping us out all over these sort of you know, many roller coasters of games and many roller coasters of periods at Spurs. Mia W, big up for your support. She says, big up Jacko and Dave. I'm happy with that lineup. We spoke about that, you know, lineup, and especially with Højbjerg, right? You know, being left to the bench. And you and I had a good conversation about that, Mia. I think this means that there's a good chance for other players like Hill and Brennan Johnson and the likes to sort of kind of keep their spot and make impacts themselves. And players like Højbjerg, we do see a lot of. And if he were to come back into the team, it meant we had to shift other things around, which might not have worked out for us. Darks NG saying, happy to see no Dyer on the bench. God Ange choice. I think Ange is not as keen on Dyer as people might have thought. And also, he left him out in the beginning of the season, right? And Dyer didn't have any sort of injury of any kind in the beginning of the season. And sort of Dyer was forced Dyer was forced back into the team with all the injuries. But Ange, I don't think it's at any stage really shown to be that keen really on Eric Dyer for me, Dark Sun G. And this is maybe another moment where we're sort of seeing that from the man. I'm just checking to see if Dave has emailed me the link. Just give me a second here. Okay, no, he is not, but he's going to be joining us in just a second here. Dave will be just have to add in his kind of his own camera whenever he's sort of set up and everything. But yeah, I mean, to see no Dyer in the lineup is great. I just don't think this injury is actually of any. I'm not sure how much I really buy into it, Dark Sun G. I'll be perfectly honest, my man. He didn't mention it in the press conference. I don't know. I think he's maybe just covering up for Eric, and you don't want to expose him too much or anything or draw that much attention to him. But yeah, I just don't know how much I really buy into that. Big up to Martin Knightsbridge. Hopefully you're keeping well, Martin, out in España. Phil Coys is in here. Good to see you, Phil Coys. We are Tottenham, Super Tottenham. We are Tottenham from the line. Big up to you, Phil Coys. Hopefully you're all right. We have Dermot Celtic. Good to see you. King Hoddle's in the house. Good to see you always, King Hoddle. Pete Ross, Derek Hutchinson, Dean Ferguson, Tequila316, absolute legend Tequila. Carl Simpson is joining us, saying, I cannot help but think we will get something today. It's that city magic, Carl Simpson. We always seem to find a way, my friend. Mia W, really do appreciate the support from earlier there. We also have as well Carl Simpson, member for 14 months. Big up to you, Carl. Thank you for your service, saying we are one more injury away from me starting. Come on, you Spurs. We're dropping like flies, Carl. When was the last time you played center back? Maybe we might need a fullback at some stage in the near future. Just so many players have been dropping, and you even look at the lineup, right? You have 2 goalkeepers on the bench. I mean, that's just shows how desperate we are for anybody. So Carl, maybe feeling like, running a few laps around the track, start to kind of kick the ball about, maybe go into a few five-a-sides. By then, maybe we might need you, because these injuries will take a while. We need a new center back, maybe some midfielders, any of the positions, really. I think almost any, it's your choice, really, at this stage. Big up to you, Carl Simpson, a member for 14 months. Appreciate you've been with us such a long time, man. Really do appreciate all of your support. We have Matthew as well, saying Son better should become Cristiano Ronaldo, or Son better become Cristiano Ronaldo today. Come on. I mean, he's had one of the more epic celebrations against Man City in the past, where he basically said, have you heard of me, basically, to Pep Guardiola, because Pep Guardiola called Spurs the Kane team, and then I think Sonny stepped up on the day and showed us, exactly what he's all about, and showed that, you always have to think of Sonny as well when, during the days of Harry Kane, and now we more or less kind of starting to become sort of really reliant on Sonny, and it's almost now the Sonny team in ways, and I think Pep Guardiola even had sort of a quote about that, saying that he might be fearful of maybe making the same mistake and calling Spurs the Sonny team, because then someone else might step up on the day. But I'm going to really need Cristiano Ronaldo today, and he's had some epic performances against City in the past. I believe he scored 5, 6 goals, 7 goals maybe against them in his career. So he has been able to, find the back of the net against the Citizens. So going to really need Sonny today, especially in sort of the finishing department, because last time out, Matthew, we really did not bury our chances. So we're going to need somebody to be clinical, and usually it's Sonny. That's our man. Adrian Chia, Basuma, Third Kit Society, reporting for the Watchalong, and Basuma, we're going to need a big performance from him today. We have Davey Harris's link. We're going to add him in here in just a second. And the Third Kit Society, it's a good one. It's a handsome society. You got Nicholas in there. I think you got yourself, Adrian Chia. I think you got another one in there that also is rocking the Third Kit. I think Tyler might have the Third Kit Society. Big T, if you're in the house, shout out to you, sir. But yeah, a lot of good people with the Basuma Third Kit. It's a nice one. I like the color. If I am going to get another Spurs kit from this season, this one is gifted to me by the one and only Johnny Stokes. Absolute legend that man is. But if I am going to maybe go for another sort of Spurs kit from this season, I think I would go for the away kit. I like the away kit, and if I had anything left over after that, probably might join you in that Third Kit Society, perhaps a Basuma Third Kit as well, because it'd just be nice to let that society grow a bit more. And yeah, big up to you, Adrian Chia, and hopefully the script, I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to be an easy script, because usually when it comes to Man City, it can be a roller coaster at times. But I'm just preparing myself. We're going to bring Dave in here in just a second. So it's going to be a roller coaster, I imagine, with you, Adrian, when it comes to any sort of script usually, but especially when it comes to a Man City one for sure. Just going to see. Oh, nope. I don't think that's the right link. Oh, no, I got to join. Sorry, that thing. So just give me a second here. I'm going to go to some other people in the chat, and then I'll sort of correct that error. But we also have Dark Sun G saying, last season away we lost because of Lloris. Now we have Vicario, which gives me hope. Also, 2 seasons ago, we lost 3 games in a row and faced them and won. Let's win again. Come on, you Spurs. Lloris last season, especially, I think Dark Sun G, just on a number of occasions, I think just made the game a lot harder for us. He conceded some goals that he really shouldn't have. And then two, there were some times where in possession where he was just costing us, where he was putting us under further pressure, making just the game in general harder on us, where it was harder for us to build out the back. As much as Conte tried to play defensively, he did still try to build out from the back. And I don't think Lloris helped us at any stage. And Vicario's been brilliant in that department. He's just pulled out crack saves to keep us in it. He's a sweeper keeper as well. I think Lloris, during more of his kind of younger and kind of more athletic days, he, himself was a bit of a sweeper keeper, but Vicario is just doing every single part of the game. He's making crack saves, sweeper keeper, and is great with the ball at his feet. And it's actually probably kept us in a lot of games this season. I think he's been terrific and has been someone that we've had to probably rely on more in kind of in recent games because, we're without our main sort of defenders this season. We're without our main guys. Big up to Dark Sun G, my man. And just a sec, I'm just joining Davo here. I think I've joined Davo. Waiting to see him. Give it a second here. Big up to Big T. Hill Messi masterclass time. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Big T. Absolute legend. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Big T, aren't you part of the Third Kit Society, my man? Aren't you part of the Third Kit Society? We also have as well Moondog joining us this evening, and Moondog saying Johnson goal today. That's my bet. Didn't put any bet on the Spurs today, Moondog. I've been pretty poor at it. Oh, I'm now seeing a Davo. So, Dave, just hand me over that link of yours, and then we can add you into the stream. And Moondog, like I said, I've kind of given up on sort of betting on Spurs. Last few times that I've done it, I haven't gotten anything in return. And also, too, I just don't have the magic juice like you do when it comes to the bets. I think you have some sort of inside man on the bookies. Maybe you have some sort of inside man on Spurs that you're just seeing things ahead of time. Perhaps, Moondog, you have some sort of magical power where you're seeing the game before we even have, because I think it's a little freaky how, consistent you've been with the Spurs bets, especially because, when it comes to making Spurs bets, I think we almost ourselves are almost too biased, right? Like we can't always see it with sort of a neutral mindset, which you have to do, if you're making these sort of early goal bets. But Johnson, he's been the man. He's been the talisman, and hopefully Dave, is he in here? Let's see. Maybe it's worked. Not seeing a camera. Let me try again. Let's try this again. Oh, there he is. You're in there, Davo? People are live. They can see you. What do you have to say, Moondog? He's going with Johnson on the first goal bet.
Could I? Do you know what, Jack? It wouldn't surprise me, with his pace, a nice breakaway goal. It really wouldn't surprise me. He's been right the last 3 times. So, I don't blame him. I'd say to everybody, if you can't stick a fiver on it, Jacko.
Yeah, definitely would. Stick fiver on whatever Moondog is betting on, that's for sure. So everybody, while you have your chance, you have 4 minutes left. Here's the link to the game as well, Dave, for you. Put that in the... Or actually, no, that's the wrong link. Let me give you another one. No, let me give you a different one. Lied to you. Double time.
Yeah. But everybody out there, please big up Jacko. Took over my duties earlier on, so please big him up with the pre-match build-up and getting the watch-along kicked off. My sister's birthday today, like explained over the weekend in some of the videos, so had to go for a nice lunch today, but I'm back in time for the kickoff. What dedication that is.
Not on my A game today, Dave, and that might be because coming up against Man City, and not a lot of us are very confident. I feel like we just don't have all the weapons that we need to really give them a proper test and a proper challenge. So a lot of us, we're going to have to be relying on that Man City magic, that Man City sort of bogey team magic that we seem to have with them. And you even said, I believe we were referencing it in the pre-match build-up, that you think legends could be made today. So give us this, pre-match speech, before we get kicked off here, Dave, on sort of, if Spurs are going to get something out of it, how can they do it? Because I'm not on my A game today because I just not know what I'm expecting from this, right? I'm just nervous, not sure how confident I am.
Yeah, look, I can understand why everyone's nervous. I mean, look, you've got Haaland in absolutely, robotic form. We've got a makeshift backline. We've conceded 8 in our last 3 games. So, the omens aren't looking good in that regard. But, look, Jack, it's Man City. We tend to turn up for them big games, And what I will say is today is a day where a legend can be born. If a Basuma steps up, puts in a world-class performance, if Brennan Johnson steps up, scores a couple, Gill steps up, Kulu steps in and scores a couple, they can put their name down into folklore for years to come. And look, the best one, if Sonny steps up and goes, wins us that game, it puts him, he'll start putting them in legend status. So for me, these are games where legends are born, careers are made. Go out there and make a name for yourself. Don't be scared.
Someone even said Emmer Goat could become a legend today with performance. And, we're going to need a defensive masterclass from somebody if we're going to get anything out of this. King Hoddle saying maybe a book about this game could be Zen and the Art of Non-Defending. I mean, somebody in that back line is going to need to step up. Ribsy85 calling it Fullbacks FC.
Yeah, look, that's what we're at right now, right? We all understand it. Be honest, I would have made the case to bring in Dorrington ahead of Davies today. How many more goals are we going to let him cost us without more dropping them or something like that? So, look, for me, I would have actually brought in Alfie Dorrington today. But, I did say in my selected lineup, Jack, that, when it comes to someone like Ben Davies, in the odd game, he is capable of a worldie. And I think that's why many people maybe would like to keep him around. So,
we need
today's
it now.
Emerson Real, I don't think put a foot wrong last week. So, see what they can do.
We need it now, man. We need it now from especially a certain Davies. I think Davies has been maybe getting away with it, especially in recent games. So maybe this is one of those Davies somehow masterclass performances that all of a sudden, right then, we're just, remembering and, kind of talking about for some time. Man City getting warmed up and, giving them each other a bit of a huddle. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Just quickly, lad, my computer's all over the shop. I'm going to have to log out and redo all that again.
Okay. No worries.
I'm lagging behind you.
Okay. You got the match link and everything to see the game, though, right? Or I'll give it to you again?
Yeah, I have the match link. I'm just going to restart my camera and stuff like that.
Okay.
No worries. I'll probably have to set up a new room.
No worries. Let me know.
All right, sorry about that.
Just let me know in the chat or let me know. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Just let me know in the chat when you're all set up.
Yeah.
Okay. Leighton Evelyn, my man, good to see you. Come on, you Spurs. Can't see it, but I can dream. Leighton, like I said earlier, man, you missed my Happy Clapper speech, and hopefully you're able to get it, because it was actually, honestly, one of my best ever Happy Clapper speeches I've had in some time. Stevie Frazier, good to see you in the house. Come on, you Spurs. Good luck, everyone. Can't say I'm not nervous either, but it's all about the long-term plan. And someone, I think it was Rain Man or somebody at some stage, had a great comment about that, actually, about like sort of learning more about ourselves today, and that's really all that really matters. And I definitely agree with that. Let me get the timer situated here, everybody, and it looks like we have kicked off. Yep, timer's going. Man City Crest is there. I think I had a howler with that one last time. So we have been kicked off here, everybody. So if you want to sync up with us, of course, like we're running a live stream and everything, so there's always a bit of a delay and things like that. But if you do want to get synced up with us, feel free to do so. And yeah, everybody, let's sit back and go through this roller coaster of what I imagine this game will be. Good to see everybody in the chat today. Really appreciate everybody supporting the channel. But Spurs have gotten kicked off. There's Emerson Real already with the clearance. Man City already in our half on the left-hand side here with Phil Foden. Sorry, I think that's a Gavardiol, actually. That kind of similar haircuts, I must say. Kyle Walker. Bit of pressure from Brian Hill already. Bernardo Silva carrying it out from the back here. To Phil Foden. With the one-on-one with the Destiny Udoji today. That's going to be a key battle. It's going to be a nice one. Destiny's going to definitely have a very different sort of player. It's very, very tricky, Phil Foden. Okay. Man City, though, going backwards. Spurs definitely coming out the gates here with the press. We're not sitting back at all. Yep. Bringing Dave back in here in just a second here, everybody. Just sending him the game link. And then when you can, Dave, please send me your link, and then I can bring you back in. Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku hits it out play for a corner. First corner to Man City here. Big up to everybody again for joining us today. Shikari Shock, good to see you, NJ123. Hopefully you're all right. Corner to Man City. They whip it in. Ooh, geez, Vicario going head first into the keeper there, into one of the Man City players and took a bit of a knock. Man City acting like he made a foul there. I don't know about that. Vicario going in very brave, but misses the ball entirely. And Akanji, I'm not sure if that was an easy header, but... Oh. I think we're still trying to add in Dave in here, everybody, when we get the chance. It was like a cat chasing a laser pointer. That's one of my favorite things about Hill, is that he actually just, even under Conte and under defensive managers, he really did never stop running. It's one of the things I really do appreciate about his game. Ball in behind for Erling Haaland. Good defending from Emerson. Another corner maybe for Man City. Yes, it is a corner. Man City tried to play in behind Emerson there, and a good recovery from him. I mean, that's just probably the toughest test you can have in the Premier League right now this season for Ben Davies and for Emergo. City corner cleared away by good clearance from Brennan Johnson. Kyle Walker now. Going out wide to Bernardo Silva. Phil Foden on the right here. One-on-one with Destiny. Takes it down the byline. Good defending from Destiny. Sees it out. Gio with maybe a dangerous pass into Basuma. Spurs trying to build out from the back here. Very clever from Basuma. Good touch. Plays it out of play, though. Good touches, though, initially from Basuma. Just didn't maybe have the... I don't know. He's just getting into the game here. But, yeah, it's not the greatest pass to Hill Messi. And Man City with a quick throw-in. Good defending from Kulusevski. Great strength. Finds Destiny Udogie, who's under a lot of pressure. Man City just reciprocating, this high press. They don't want to be dominated in their stadium. They don't like the fact that Spurs are going to try to play this game in their own stadium. Vicario trying to build out from the back. Very well done. Left-footed pass from Vicario into Destiny, but Gio loses it. Gio tried to take it off Destiny, and he loses it. One-on-one with Doku. Good shot. Saved by Vicario. Goes out for a corner. Vicario maybe could try to keep that under control, but he parried it and out for a corner there. Leighton Evelyn saying they're all over us. They are all over us at this period, Leighton. They've had a very good start, Man City. Big up to Dan Coy's absolute legend. Thanks for tuning in, my man. Can't call this game at all. Just want to see some good defending and not ball watching. I think we've gotten some decent defending so far, but, it's a much bigger test. I mean, I can't speak too soon at all, my man. It's going to be a huge test today. But Emerson had some good moments so far. Spurs are on the break. Maybe a chance here. Well done, Johnson! Johnson! In behind! Please play Sonny Square, man! And it's in! Johnson! 1-0 to Spurs! The magic is already starting! Woo-hoo-hoo! A snatch and grab already! Johnson! Or is it Sonny? Oh, it was Sonny! Oh my, they were both lightning quick there. It was Sonny! Oh my lord! Snatch and grab already from Spurs! Woo! Great pass already from Kulusevski over the top. And a great touch. Jeez, I thought it was Sonny there. Or I thought it was Johnson there with that touch. Great touch from Sonny. And it's the City killer. It's the man that Pep Guardiola didn't want to call he didn't want to call us the Sonny team, but Sonny's gotten us started. Not a great save, maybe, or not a great... Maybe Ederson maybe could have saved that, actually, to be perfectly honest, but I don't even care at all. I mean, already 1-0 to the good. We needed one of those against Aston Villa. Emi Martinez didn't give us those sort of breaks. Sonny absolutely stealing the show already. 7 minutes in. 7 minutes in. Oh, my Lord. I thought it was Johnson, genuinely. Great start. Great counterattack from Spurs. Rare to see counterattacks as well. Snatch and grab already. Hill Messi, great steal. Great tracking back. Looks like we're going to try to get Dave in here, but a snatch and grab already from Spurs. Hill Messi and Gio trying to win it back there. It was great strength from Sonny. It was a great touch with his head. Catching that Man City backline out. Free kick to Man City here. See what they make of it. Ball in. Oh, it's a goal! It's already 1-1. Spurs have been really vulnerable from set pieces here. Really vulnerable. Something's gone on here, though. It seems to be... I don't think it was offside or anything, but some sort of spat or feud between the players. It must be on. Must be on. Someone was dragged on it. I think it was Gio there. He's got to be stronger. Whoever that was dragged on. Whoever at the back post kept the player on there. Julian Alvarez with the free kick. I think it was Ben Davies or someone was dragged on. Is it an own goal as well? Emerson clearance off of Sonny. It's unlucky for Sonny there. Nothing you can do. It's unlucky there. We're going to try to add Dave in here. I think we're going to try to add Dave in here now. Oh, it's so unlucky there. So unlucky from Sonny. So unlucky from Spurs. We are vulnerable from these set pieces, though. Spurs already building out from the back. Good chance here. Out wide to Hill Messi. Oh, good play there from Kulu and Hill Messi. Let's see if we can get more link up like what they had against Villa. Adding in Dave in just a moment here. All right, Dave, you're live in front of Harris Army audience. Oh, we have a man in behind. Sonny, if he's on side here. Oh, good pace shown from Akanji.
Oh, what a start to the game, lad.
What a start to the game. Unlucky from that set piece, but I knew we were going to be vulnerable from set pieces. I mean, we don't have, it is fullbacks FC, and also it was not the greatest of clearances from Emerson, but even unlucky to still end up being that way. To
I think
be
it was
deflected.
a Sonny own goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Emerson clears it, and then it goes off Sonny's sort of, thigh or off of his knee sort of thing. But it's really unlucky, I think, all around. But it
just goes to
where
how
we're going to be vulnerable.
At pieces, though. Villa scored one in the first half last week, similar position.
I think we've always been bad at set pieces, but I feel like this game we're going to, we don't have much hope, really, just because we don't have our regular defenders for them at all. It's where we are going to be our most vulnerable at times. But we've been building out the back very, I think pretty well, even despite all the pressure. Man City, you can tell, they don't like the way that we're trying to play in terms of the fact that we are trying to, play a similar style to them. It's going to be an exciting game.
It's going to be a very exciting game. Could be a cricket score, this.
Man City, though. Phil Foden. Oh, please. Out. Get out, Vicario.
Well done, Big Vic.
Well done, Vic. Going to need a big game.
Backline's rattled. They need to fucking wake up.
Adrian
Look
Chia
like they're in a
saying
war
Pep
zone.
must be sick of seeing Son. Third kit absolutely rocks. I'll be happy to join that third kit society. Maybe if a Basuma goal today, maybe I just have to. If it's written in the stars, we need a legend today of some kind, Adrian. And Sonny, he really is the Man City assassin. Oh, given away.
Oh no!
It's a howler. Oh my lord, it's a sitter from Holland.
Who gave that away, Emerson?
It looked like Emerson in the corner.
See, City are putting a lot of pressure on us on the back line. They know
Emerson,
it's not the most
out to
confident.
Vicario. What does Emerson try? Oh no, he gets picked. He hits it off of one of the Man City players.
Jesus, it's too casual from Emerson.
Yeah, he can't be trying that.
Yeah,
he can't be trying that. Not sure what he's even trying there.
He is where the Haaland's playing, right?
Say that again.
He is where the Haaland's playing up front for them today.
I mean, geez, yeah, he can't be taking those sort of risks, but it's also how Ange wants him to play. And I think against Aston Villa, what Emerson did do that Dyer wasn't doing was he was trying to play quickly. He was trying to move it out the back, but this is a team where, I mean, geez, you're going to get punished. And they also have a much higher line, or not higher line. They have a much sort of, higher press than what Aston Villa did. Aston Villa didn't exactly press us all the way like this.
This is where you need players to be brave to get on the ball. You need them to get their body between the ball and man, hold it up, and try and plow it that way. Going to be an exciting game, though. But big up all the Irish Hotspur army out there. Hopefully you're all keeping well. Hopefully you're having a good day so far.
And Martin Knightsbridge out in España saying, Ange crazy to attack City. Ha ha ha. I mean, he's a brave man, Ange, but he's going to stick to his principles, Martin. He's going to stick to his principles.
And so he should. So he should, Look, most teams change when they come to play City, but these players have to learn to play the way a manager wants to, and he has to.
Good tackle,
Emmo. Well done, ref. I thought you did. Well done, ref. Didn't blow it. I thought you did.
I think Gio's been a bit weak today. I think Gio's been
yellow.
Yeah, that is a yellow. But Gio, I think he warms up into the game, Gio, right? He takes time to sort of get into the game.
Yeah.
But I think there's been some moments where he looks a little too laxed as well on the ball. Maybe a little too slow, a little too relaxed. Want to see more intensity, kind of. I want to see, his hair on the back of his neck, Dave. I want to see him tensed up.
I just want to see him put in a very good performance, Jack. He done well last week, but one performance doesn't make a season. I want him. All the people that have backed him, they deserve that performance.
Man City picking off us again. Gavardiol whips it in Holland.
Emerson throws them down. Don't foul him.
Out wide to Phil Foden, one-on-one with Udogie. Do you agree with me that it'd be nice if Man City were missing like Rodri or something just to level the playing field a bit more?
Well, look, when they were missing Rodri, look at the dipping results they had,
Just be nice to make it a bit of a fair game that way.
Yeah, well, if they had Rodri, Haaland, Kyle Walker, Ederson,
No, I'm not asking, I don't need it. Doesn't need to be complete. They would need their whole starting 11 out for it to be completely fair. But it's just, just the fact that it was only like De Bruyne really and Grealish, who's not even really played it all this season. I was like, wow. So pretty much they're at full strength.
Grealish must be hungover. I don't buy that illness.
Yeah, they're pretty much at full strength. Cleared away by Emmo.
Good clearance.
Hill, gotta be strong.
Don't break.
Oh,
Kulu don't let him shoot.
Kulu and Hill both lose it.
Don't let him shoot.
Another corner. Jeez. Corners are just racking up.
Yeah, we're under intense pressure right now.
Backs to the wall stuff, says King Huddle, has been really. I mean, and it's also because the way that we're trying to play, right? We're trying to play out from the back and we're losing the ball and they're turning it over high up the pitch. So we're finding it hard to get out right now.
They need to keep one player up the top for an out ball just in case, Look, it'd be a good test to see how
we scored that goal. To be honest, we had sort of two guys, ready for that over the top, and it worked out. Well done, Emmo, or no, Udogie. Oh, he wins it again. Great tackle.
Dog. Oh, ref.
Who's that? Kulu.
Brilliant, Kulu. Ref, he's fucking all over him. Jesus Christ, he's not a horse.
Adrian Chia with the super chat saying, great seeing all that sun Great seeing all that sun touched turns into 2 goals. Sorry, just a second here. Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
Oh,
Dave,
well done, Poro.
anything he's touching is turning into goals right now. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, that's frustrating. Poro done so well defensively there and then gives the ball away. Adrian Chia, my man, good big up. Good to see you. Same as Martin Knightsbridge as well. Yeah, Sonny, look, unfortunate to be fair.
Nothing he can do about it. I mean, it just ends up hitting off his knee, and
There's not, but I would say a lot of these players do need to learn to switch on from set pieces. It's been a huge problem for years. We even brought in a set piece specialist. We still couldn't defend him, and he has over 5,000 routines. What up have we got? Doku. Smash him nice and early. This is where we need Rombom.
And big up to Drewzilla. Good to see you, sir. Saying, what's up with the... Oh, yeah, I don't know what's up with the game clock. Sorry, my man. Let me fix that for you. Thank you for keeping me honest, Drewzilla. Sorry about that.
Haaland running at Emerson, gets the ball in a Doji or Basuma with the clearance. The Celso picks it up. Sonny, back to Poro, all the way back to Big Vic. Big Vic smashes it long. Kulu gets out muscled. Poro picks it up. Poro, good ball to Gio. Gio holding up for a bit of possession. Emerson depressing the living shite out of him right now. Well held up by Emerson, though. Good play by Lo Celso, slowing it down. Benjamin Davies steaming forward. It's a rarity. Jesus Christ, if he was a card, be a 101 rare. Lo Celso, good footwork, driving through the middle. And then he slows it down to come back, keep a bit of possession onto Basuma. City's press is back inside their own half. Tottenham getting a little bit of spell of possession here. Emerson into Biss. Emergold. Doing step overs as a centre back. I'm not sure if I like that. Oh, brilliant by Gale. Oh, that smashing play by Gale. The new Modric. Emerson, that's a great ball. Can he get in behind for Brendan Johnson? He
good
gets
touch.
Hold of it. Well done.
Poro, good touch.
Big dog. Go on the outside, Hill. Big dog.
Come on, Hill.
Gil. Go on, Gil. Plays it to Adoji, the big dog.
Out for a corner for Spurs. Let's go, lads. Come on.
It's about time we got one from a set piece. Let's go.
Much better, boys. Much better, says King Huddle. Sorry about that, everybody. Now, we're on 19 minutes, 50 seconds. It should be all better. I think I just kept flipping between windows and my scoreboard got lost. I think my scoreboard got lost in the business.
Look, Jack, you got in late last night, up early this morning. Oh, we forgive you, my man. They all forgive you. You've been doing an incredible job today.
Anybody reserve a yellow card for later, says Dave. Top of the box, Gio. Can he do it again?
Changing the direction.
Pedro, Emo, Johnson. Oh, thought someone was about to swing a foot at it.
Kulu.
Oh, he plays someone in behind. Who is it?
Another corner.
Out for Johnson, plays it out for a corner. Dave, I was convinced that Sonny scored the first goal. It looked like I thought it was I was convinced Johnson scored the first goal, on that run. On the first goal, I thought it was Johnson. I was convinced the whole time. I was screaming Johnson's name for about 20 seconds for the first goal.
On Johnson, right?
Yeah, maybe I must have convinced Moondog at some stage. He must have been like, Jack, why you torturing me?
Oh, brilliant.
That would have been a great one for Johnson, a win-win.
4 weeks on the trot.
But it wasn't. Oh, Emo rising.
Kulu, get it under control. Basuma. The Celso. Doji, well done. Just keep it simple, Davies. Honestly, don't start thinking you're Ronaldo now. Oh, great ball around the corner for Kulu. Kulu tries to put it on for Brennan Johnson, doesn't read it. Sonny pressing Emerson. I like that, though, so he doesn't have time for that.
Good pressure from Spurs. Oh, they get out of it. Kulusevski almost won it off of Kanji.
In possession, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, just the way they also spread the pitch. They make it. You have to cover so much more ground when you're pressing them than other teams. Oh, good ball in behind idea from Phil Foden, but sort of well covered by Spurs.
They never played a ball in behind. Never.
Yeah, they never get to with most teams.
Jeez, last week Haaland had a run at Van Dijk. All Foden had to do was put him in behind, and he didn't.
Hill.
Oh, beautiful by Gill.
Sir! Oh,
Jesus Christ. It's
telling
not a
Hill to
ping.
get up.
He's not a ping pong machine.
Silva plays it in Alvarez. Good job, Kulu. Great win. Kulu's working very hard off of the ball. Gio, find a pass. There you are. Pedro over the top to Johnson.
Come on, Brennan. Go on, Brennan.
Good touch, man. Great touch.
He swings Garver.
Oh!
Oh, who's that? Diaz gets the clearance just out. Just puts it behind for a corner kick. But Brennan Johnson absolutely
burns Gabardiol. Oh, my Lord. Good idea, right? Damn it. Good defending from Diaz.
Oh, we're in this. Come on, we're in this.
Come on. Oh, good defending from Diaz. Great touch from Brennan Johnson.
Oh, I love it. Angie's wearing the jacket. That'd be new pictures for me for the thumbnails.
Skinned him for fun, says King Huddle. Kulusevski! Oh!
We're giving it a good go.
Like I said in the pre-match build-up, Dave, like, sort of there is a beauty in that we just know whatever team we're coming up against, we're just playing the same way and we're going for 3 points. We're going for 3 points in whatever team we're trying to play against. And there is a beauty in that. Where a lot of teams, as you know, set up defensively or will set up for a point, maybe hope that they can get 3, but Spurs are not doing that here. And there's a beauty in that. There's a simplicity in that too, that we just know that we're not going to set up for a point. We're setting up for 3.
This is what we wanted, Jack. This is what everyone was moaning about last season, the season before that, and the season before that. This is what we want. Now we get it. There's caution. Now everyone wants to be a bit cautious. I say, look, fuck it, caution to the win. Let's see how we go.
Messi losing out though. He gives it away. Gives City a throw in.
Especially when the ball's bouncing in the air like that. That's where you got to get tight to him. Oh, well done. Kulu's an incredible work rate in there so far. Jeez, lad, I was raging. I left the dinner. It was 3-2 to Fulham. And I just checked there. Liverpool 1-4-3. How did that happen?
Oh, Jesus.
Jeremy Doku. Porro forcing them backwards. Vardiol. All the way back to Diaz. Diaz onto Doku. He's squaring up Porro. Cuts inside. No. Ball behind. Keeper!
Somebody, please!
Big Vic, come on, man. Why are you so hesitant?
Somebody.
Why is he so hesitant there, Jacko?
He's been hesitant on a few occasions.
The defenders are doing the work for him. All he has to do is come out and collect it. Smash him, man. Smash him. Go on, Adoji. Oh, no, they're in behind here. It's a ball across.
No.
All the way over.
Doku.
It's gone out for a goal kick. Nice one. Nice one. Just all I can smell is that luxurious washing powder the missus washed the jersey in. It's unreal. Oh, he's offside. Nice one. Come on, Big Vic. Need a 60-yard spray. Oh, no, Emerson.
No,
takes his eye off the ball, gives it away to Julian Alvarez. He needs to wake up a little. That's twice he's been caught now. Ruben Diaz on the ball. What can he get going? City just popping it around in triangles here, trying to tire Spurs out. Ball out wide to Doku. He's not going to cross it. He doesn't want to cross it. Show him down the wing. Make him cross it. Akanji. Walker.
City definitely dominating possession so far.
Yeah. They just always seem to have a spare man in possession. It's so annoying. Go on, get a smash, Walker.
Well, they like more conservative passing than Spurs do. Spurs do like to play a bit more
possession
direct.
With a purpose, as Ange calls it.
Yeah, like we try to be a bit more direct than with our possession than Man City do. Man City are happy to go all the way back to the goalkeeper if it means.
I was saying it in the predicted lineup. I was,
Good
Gil,
chance, Hill.
You've got someone. That's too late. He's made it too late.
Hill is furious. Sonny's furious with him.
He was free as a bird in the middle. Gil just needs to get his head up. There.
Yeah, he has him right away. He has him straight away. Hill doesn't have his head up at all. Plays it too late, and he knows it as well. He knows it.
Still though, it's a Tottenham corner. But I was saying in the predicted lineup, Jack, Pep Guardiola's possession is bore you to sleep, whereas Ange Postecoglou's possession at purpose.
Yeah, it really can. It's true.
See if Tottenham can get a good delivery in here.
Back post. City cleared away. Ball is bouncing. Udogie has to challenge with Rodri. Loses out. Oh, good pass into get there.
Well covered.
Thank you, Ben.
Jeez, you showed a bit of pace there.
Man City, though, take the throw in quickly. And are setting themselves up once again in our half.
This is going to get really tiring in the second half for Tottenham. It's going to have to be a lot of changes off the bench.
I mean, Man City are putting in a lot of energy as well. Like, you can see how much movement they're trying to have off the ball to try to keep possession, right? And that's
the thing is, though, it's less tiring when you're on the ball and letting the ball do all the movement than it is when you're chasing the ball.
Very true. Oh, good pressure. Kulu's just been immense so far in the press. Well done, Gio. Wins it back. Hill, pick it up. Gives it away. Hill's just a little bit step behind right now. He's a step behind.
Yeah.
Ball in behind. To Doku. One-on-one, Davies. Davies. Oh, no. Is it over the line?
Why does he let him inside the box?
Is it over the line?
Why is he letting him in the box?
One-on-one with Davies, I'm always worried. Davies is not. He's like Dyer, man. One-on-one, I don't fancy him one-on-one like that.
How's he letting him inside the box there? He just drops. Here, have a shot.
I've seen this guy get torn apart by
an envelope with a candle wax stamp on it. It's a joke.
He got torn apart by an Armenian team over international break in the one-on-ones. I mean, he's not going to do well against Doku.
He's been doing the same for the last 10 years. How is someone not in the club by now turn around to him and say, listen here, Ben, okay? Start engaging the opponent. How about that? And if you don't know what it means, there's a Collins Dictionary. Look up the words engagement, please. So annoying. Gill needs to wise up too. Can't keep giving away a ball like that on the break. It's poor. Haaland up against Emerson. Emerson does well there, very well. Big Vic.
Basuma. His pass and touch has been a little off so far, Basuma.
He needs to wake up. He's on a break. He's been the least involved out of all the midfielders.
Pedro Porro out wide. He's got to step up to Doku here.
Don't let him in. Well done, Porro.
Johnson tracking back post, cleared away by Udogie. Silva.
Well done, Emerson.
Emergoat.
Close Doku down. Well done, Porro.
Oh, no. It's a
goal.
No,
it's 2-1 City. It's way too easy. What a goal.
It's too easy.
Just passive defensively. Phil Foden. It's way too easy. Everyone's just standing off them, watching them run by them. Get me Romero and Van der Ven back quick, please.
Way too
easy. Why when they the old-fashioned way, when they come near the box, engage them. Just engage them.
Basuma is just a little bit of a passenger there, though. Basuma is just sort of standing right there the whole time. He had a few occasions to win the ball there. A few occasions.
He's just standing there. Yeah, you're dead right, Jack. He's just standing there.
He's Basuma, and then he's standing and he's That's not great there
Don't
from
tell me Ben Davies kept
whoever,
them all.
because whoever cleared it initially, I couldn't tell if it was Emerson or Udogie. The first clearance wasn't that great, but it's up to the rest of the team to then clear it a second time. You can't always get away with a great clearance the first time. You need the rest of the team to pick up that second ball. We just don't pick up that second ball.
Yeah.
And
But
I'll be
all
honest,
started with
Basuma has a
Basuma.
chance there to get stuck in there. Sorry,
It all
put in the
started with
score.
Basuma giving away possession. Then he's standing there. The fucker's only had a week off. He should be full of energy. Full of it. No excuse for it with Basuma. Been piss poor of late after the brilliant start he got off to his season. Look, I'm trucking along behind again there now.
No, cleared away from Davies.
Hey, look, rattled. That's it. Someone scream at somebody. Jesus Christ. Well done, Davies. All just standing there letting it happen. Like zombies. Like they're idiots and they don't have any answer to it.
Come on, lads. Snap yourselves together, please. Everyone's upset with everyone's upset with Davies though because he played Phil Foden on.
Yeah, he did. He broke the line. It still doesn't. It still doesn't excuse Basuma giving away the ball and then not tracking a runner either. But yeah, Ben Davies kept them all on. I'll have to look back at it again, but it did look like that.
I think it wasn't Basuma giving away the ball. I just think he could have gotten stuck in there easily, and he didn't. And then we got punished for it. It was the initial clearance that we didn't do very well with, like sort of clearing it again. We win it though here, Kulu. That's a foul. He's riding him.
Jesus Christ! Are we watching the Grand National or are we watching fucking football? How did that not go in from Doku?
Tequila saying we need Dyer on ASAP so he can point at people.
So I keep saying, just bring in Dorrington.
Oh, good touch from Poro. That's a foul. That's a yellow as well.
That's a yellow. Well done. Someone get him some ball shine. Let's go. He won't be doing that again. Get Kulu on the ball, driving at him. Yeah, cry more.
He did stop a good move there. I mean, Poro had the numbers. If Poro gets past him there, we had the numbers. We had a good chance there.
Yeah.
Spurs play all the way back from a free kick. Maybe to... Oh, Emo. Fuck, man.
Just go back to fucking Vicario. It's not hard.
No. Oh, jeez. It's off the post from Alvarez.
Exactly what Ben Davies done last week. Just go back to Vicario. It's what he's there for.
Emerson is having a nightmare in possession, and Davies in these one-on-ones is shocking. Both of them together are not a good combo, but it's...
No. Emerson is diabolical on the ball, and Davies is just 30 yards off everyone. Come on, Adoji, get going. Oh, my God. He's got a whole field to pass through.
Hill, man. You have Sonny there.
Someone put a ball in behind that defense. Such a high line.
Yeah, we need to get our head up.
Brennan Johnson's constantly on the last shoulder waiting for it.
Kulu. Back to Emo. Basuma. I
swear if he doesn't wake up. I swear to God, if he
doesn't... Oh, he gets megged as well. Jesus. Basuma, man.
How long does he think he has? Does he think he's in Spain on holiday?
What is wrong with him? He's been, actually, he's probably been close to the worst, I think, so far. He hasn't had a good touch or a pass so far.
He's been absolutely
his
horrendous.
First touch, he gave it away and passed it out of bounds in his first touch so far. He's not woken up at all.
The guy thinks he's on fucking holiday.
He needs to help us as well, because, geez, I mean, Emerson and Davies have not been good in possession. We need him. Sonny, not a great touch. Almost looked like a handball. Jeez, we're just all over the shop right now when it comes to in possession.
Just woeful in possession. Absolute woeful. Doku on the ball. Bardiol. Sonny's limping. That's not good. He's limping. He looks in pain.
Poro one-on-one. Doku.
That's it. Block off his space. Come on, that's it, Kulu. Pressing with a bit of intensity. Doji late. Oh, this is becoming frustrating.
Oh, how are we getting a yellow here for that?
Tackle.
How are we getting a yellow for that?
It's his first tackle. I mean, it's not even cynical. He hasn't even pulled down a counter.
Tyler's saying there's no need for that, though, from Udogie, and he now has a yellow, and he puts himself under pressure, which is...
Look, what I will say is when we play this pressing game, though, that's what Postecoglou wants. If he doesn't go and make that press to try and turn the ball over, Postecoglou will bollock him in the change room. It's what Postecoglou is asking them to do there. I do get it. It is, like, in the grand scheme of things, you look at it pointless and all, but when we're pressing like that, that is what he's asked to do. He'd done it earlier on in the season, and we were only praising him for 3 turnovers that led to goals,
Yeah.
That's better.
Well done, Davies. Come on.
I'd actually haul off Basuma at halftime. He's been absolutely non-existent. He doesn't even want the ball.
Good ball from Davies over the top. See Johnson far if you can. Sonny to Hill. Oh,
that's a shit ball, my son. Has to be
got deflected somehow. Sonny got deflected. Win that.
Oh, yes.
Sonny.
Come on.
Play it. Good ball. Johnson. Well done. Poro. Oh, Poro, take your time.
Press him.
Take your time, Poro, there. You got to take your time there.
Oh, no. Doku's running at Emerson.
Don't take it. He's taking an off-balance shot, Poro. He's got to take his time. He got time.
He has to steady himself. They're panicking. They're absolutely rattled. The mistakes are starting to weigh on their minds now. They need to learn to put them out of their mind. Doku running at Poro.
Doku one-on-one. Poro here.
Cuts
blocked.
in. Well on Poro. That's
Come
how
on,
you
Kulu.
do it, Davies.
Start
Watching Davies.
Hill. It's part of the difficulty I think Hill has. He's one-on-one with Kyle Walker. I mean, Kyle Walker is not an easy guy to come up against. It's certainly not.
Switch and play out to Doku. That's on our game. I have to say, Brendan Johnson's doing a very decent job trying to get back and double up with Poro.
Yeah, I've seen him track back. Phil Foden.
Doji misses the header. It's ball back across.
Kulu. Come on, man.
Go on, Kulu.
Good strength. I think Johnson was fouled.
Well done. Oh, come on, Spurs. If I was Andrew, I'd be furious with a couple of players out there at halftime. Vicario.
Come on, Emo. There you go. Basuma. There you go. Poro. Into Sonny. Good play here from Spurs. There you go. Into Hill. Hill, one-on-one. He's just getting eaten up by Kyle Walker today. It's probably one of the toughest defenders in the league to come up against, but he has been just absolutely locked up by Kyle Walker. He's been locked up.
This guy's locked up. Mbappe, Dembele.
Yeah.
Gill has a huge task on it. But look, you can only get better by playing up against these sort of players. Oh, well done. One of his. Here we are, vulnerable again.
Doku one-on-one with Poro. Giving him so much space.
Well done, Emerson. Poor clearance by Johnson.
Well done, Gio. Play him. Okay.
Good ball.
Into Sonny. Good pass, Sonny. Into Kulu. Find Hill. Into Hill.
Oh, Walker just puts on the afterburners and he's
I
gone.
mean, it's. I think we're being reminded how good Kyle Walker is.
Jeez, he gave Gill about a 5-yard head start
I think
there.
we're being reminded how good Kyle Walker is. We
Yeah.
might even need to switch sides, actually put
Has
more
to go down
Hill.
to
I think Hill
Vardy
has to go on the right, and then Johnson might need to go on the left because,
Yeah.
I mean, Hill doesn't have the pace at all to challenge him.
No, and Kyle Walker will just outmuscle him off the ball as well. We have to learn to try and tackle Vardy all side, though. We have to try and get
Yeah,
down
he's
that
been
side.
vulnerable more.
Try and aim
Doku
more
again,
down
one-on-one with Poro. Cleared away by Emerson. Well done, Emerson.
Go on, Johnson, man on.
Issue with Emerson today, I think, is Emerson's been all right defensively. He's just in possession. He's been woeful.
In possession, he's been shocking.
Yeah, but
he's actually been all right.
He's been able to put out fires. He's putting out fires defensively, but yeah, it's just he's hurting us in possession. And then Davies, I can't say I don't think he's been nearly as bad in possession, but then he's been woeful defensively. Davies has been woeful defensively, so
he's been good in possession actually.
So it's just the trade-off isn't working right now.
I'd almost rather them switch roles. I'd say Kulu, go on, Kulu, get the press on. On the cell, so sorry. Johnson, press him while he's there. He can't. They've got the overload down that side. They're just going to bore us till half-time now, aren't they? 43 minutes on the clock. Phil Foden on to Bernardo Silva. Comes back. Kanji. Into Diaz.
Into Rodri.
Diaz out wide to Doku. What ball?
Doku, one-on-one. Poro gets the shot off.
Did his own player block that?
No, Spurs blocked that maybe, but
offside. I think his own player blocked it.
Faz Radfar 3-1 Spurs says with a super chat, irrespective of short-term results, we do trust Ange. And
yeah,
I feel bad for how even the equalizer came about, to be honest. Like getting that own goal and just, sort of giving Man City a bit of a break like that. It wasn't really any fault of our own, I think, but it's just unlucky. And then, I don't know, we've just been pretty terrible building out from the back, and we just continually give them the ball, and we try to play a bit of a high line as well, and it's making it a bit of an easier game for City. But we've been bad in possession today, Faz Radfar. But I trust Ange, and he's so threadbare. It just seems just this sort of period where you just hope that we can maybe get a good performance and a miraculous result. But there's so many things that he's being hindered by that it's not even a fair contest. It's not even a fair contest. It really isn't.
Who was that to? Oh, yeah, look, Faz, 100%. And look, I agree with Andrew's approach to it and stuff like that, I agree with it. I'll be honest, it's just our players just don't learn from the same things. Like that free kick is very similar to the one we conceded. That's not good enough. How long has that been a problem? Second one, how many times have we seen our centre-backs drop off players and allow them to shoot on our goal? It's just that it's the same sort of mistakes that keep killing us.
Over the top, Johnson. Can we get the knockdown?
Someone help support him. There's fucking two players there, Sonny.
Yeah,
and
someone's got to anticipate that. Help him out.
He's gone up for the header, and they want him to win his own header, or win his own ball off that.
Win his own second ball. They wanted him to win his own second ball there.
He's got to be more switched on. Some of our players just, I don't know. It's like they're scared.
Jeez, he's just been bullied today. Hill by Kyle Walker.
And they're out again. Oh. Blow it up and let Ant rattle them at half-time.
Doku.
All right, don't let him get any more yards inside, please. Well done. Rodri. Gvardiol. Diaz. Walker. Into Kanji. Tottenham look out on their feet already as well. The press is non-existent.
I think that's because The more confidence we lose, the less confidence we have in this press, and then we're just slowly
true.
receding and receding and receding.
See, you have the overlap down here, down the right-hand side. Well done, Porro. Good block. Of course it falls to a City player. Why wouldn't it? No midfielder anywhere near him. Well done, Kulu. Get your head up. Porro to Johnson. He didn't even know who was trying to clip that to. He just got panicked and ballooned that. Come on, Spurs.
Ball behind. Emo. Well done, Emo.
Brilliantly.
So yeah, it's also out of play for Spurs. Well done, Emo.
Phil Foden making a nuisance of himself there.
I'm sort of disappointed in Emerson in possession today because I think he was better against Aston Villa. But Aston Villa didn't challenge us technically in the press as much as Man City have. Like, Man City have been asking a lot more of us in possession than Aston Villa did. So maybe Emerson was getting away with it a bit more.
But you know what,
But he's been fine defensively. He's actually been fine, like, to be honest, considering he's defending on his own at times.
Do you know what? Basuma's a part to play in that as well. Like, you know, Basuma's supposed to be the guy to come and get the ball off of Davies and Emerson, and he's non-existent. We haven't
said his name at all, unless it's been something bad. Unless it's been something bad, we haven't said his name at all.
The thing is, right, I can understand if a player's not affecting the game on the ball, as long as he's workhorse and a Trojan off the ball. He's standing there watching people run around him.
No, yeah. And he even at one stage got megged inside the box when it looked like a pretty simple tackle actually to get it. Yeah. And it's one of those situations where you can't get megged because it made it a sitter, I believe, for Holland, right? And then Holland luckily hasn't had his shooting boots on today. I mean, King Hoddle is right. 2-1, we're still in this. It could be 5-1. Keep our heads here. We've gotten away with it. And it's hard to watch because I think Spurs, they started strong. They had a lot of confidence, and then they gave away that goal. The more City, just sort of kept their heads, kept playing what they're doing, and kept forcing Spurs into mistakes, more we kept kind of sort of losing confidence. Martin Knightsbridge, though, was a super chat from earlier. It's just a lot was sort of happening in the game. Martin saying, loving Spurs definitely ain't boring, is it, guys? It's true, Martin, right? And Spurs, I brought this up, and I'll say it maybe 1,000 times today. I think this is the lesson that we're learning, is that there is a simplicity and a beauty in the fact that we just try to go for 3 points. In most of these games, we're not going to sit back. We're not going to go for a point, a snatch and grab sort of type of result. It felt like a snatch and grab goal, that goal that we picked up in the first 10 minutes, but it's not like we're trying to play that way in any way. We're trying to dominate them as much as they're trying to dominate us. It's just they're far better at it right now than we are, and that's because they have, more of the players to pick from that make their system work and make their system perform to the highest sort of a possibility and the highest sort of efficiency, whereas Spurs, we're just without our best players. And also, too, I think, we are being a bit outclassed in certain positions, especially defensively. I think Man City, the fact that they have 4 really solid center backs basically playing in that back line is also hurting us sometimes defensively as well. It's, it's causing us issues. It's making it hard in the one-on-ones. We're not catching them out as much as we could be. It's been a challenging game so far, Martin Knightsbridge. But yeah, Dave, I mean, what sense can you make of? It's not boring. Look, he is right.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not boring. But look, what I would say is, benefits is we can't play much more worse and we're still in the game, right? However, I am going to be a little bit clinical because I've seen a recurrent pattern the last few weeks. I put a question in the pre-match build-up about, us. We've led the last 3 games, but then I've gone on to lose them. We led here again today, and again we ship goals. And the problem is, as soon as we concede one, everyone's head drops. It's weak. The response to conceding the goal is absolutely weak. Everyone gets rattled in possession. Everyone doesn't want to press so that they don't leave holes in behind them so they can't be blamed. Then people start losing runners. I'm sorry, but it's not good enough, that mentality. I don't care who you are, whether this is a mix or match squad. At the end of the day, some of them players are playing for the Tottenham career and some of them are playing to get into our best 11. And the least I expect is bloody work rate. Look, we knew going into this game, right? We ain't as good as Man City on the ball. We know that. But we should be outworking them. And we're not. And that's what disappoints me. I just think it's a bit of a weak mentality that we keep doing this. We go ahead and then we keep conceding goals. It's just not good enough. And we don't learn from our own mistakes. We conceded a set piece to Aston Villa last week. doing him in a position, everyone just sort of, nervous as soon as the ball enters in and around the box. And then look, what I will say is, if I'm Postecoglou, I wouldn't rip into the back line. I think Porro's been good. I think Adoji's been good. I think Davies been good to a large degree. I think Emerson's been good defensively, but I'd be telling him, wake the fuck up in possession. Yeah. I'd say to Basuma, you've got 5 minutes to move your ass. Yeah. You were suspended. You've had served a couple of suspensions now. You've more energy than any one of these guys out there, and you're a passenger. We're playing with 10 men. On the ball, he doesn't want to do anything, and off the ball, he thinks he's that good on the ball that he doesn't have to work hard. No. These performances have dropped off a mile from the start of the season, and it's not good enough. And if we want anything out of this game, that midfielder has to get on the ball. Basuma, he has to get on the ball, demand it, be brave, and play. And then I'd say to the wingers, just wake up a little. Just wake up a little. Be brave. Get on the ball. Drive at your players. Make something happen. Mm-hmm. What you're scared of. But look, saying all that, Jack, we're still in it. Let's see what happens in the second half. Just one thing, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, just one.
No, go ahead.
I would say, if we continue chasing shadows for the next 15, 20 minutes, this could easily be 4-5-1. Yeah. With this second half. And this is my most fearful. I do think Postecoglou, regardless whether he wants to use some of them kids on the bench or not, at least they're going to run about for you. And if other players don't want to do it, he'll have to make subs early and get them guys on.
Yeah, I think there's a few things that he's going to sort of be saying to them about sort of the energy levels, because I think he expects that there will be really tough periods where, like, Man City are going to dominate us no matter how hard we're trying, no matter what we will be intimidated. We will find it difficult to play out through their press because it's a terrific press and it's very organized, and they've been perfecting it for years, whereas we for months in comparison, right? It's not going to be the same level. We don't have the same players building out from the back that we rely on to make the right decisions in possession, have that bit of composure. But there has been just sort of a lack of will or a lack of sort of, desire in certain sort of players and certain sort of areas of the pitch as well. I would say in the midfield, and at times it has had, just a Kulusevski, I don't know if I could throw in that department because I think he's come back and won the ball for us. He's been good defensively, actually, Kulusevski. But Gio and maybe Basuma, it's just like we haven't really said their name pretty much at all. And any time that we have, it's really not been that complimentary or really been that sort of, in complement of sort of their defensive work or really in them in possession. And that needs to change. It needs to either be that they can step onto the ball and actually make, the game easier for Emerson and Davies, who are having a tough time right now, or we, see more effort from them in the defensive front. It's got to be one or the two, because I agree with you. I don't feel like we're seeing enough in either sort of department from them. And it's one of those games where we've been kind of saying that a lot. It's like, we're not expecting a lot or perfect games from anybody, even in Emerson's case. And might as well get to the super chat from Azad Hamid saying, this should be the last game Emerson ever plays for us. I appreciate the support, Azad, but I might disagree with sort of the fact that Emerson, I think he's been woeful in possession. And I sort of said earlier that in the Aston Villa game, I actually thought he was all right in terms of possession, but I don't know if he was exactly challenged maybe enough. And he probably got away with the fact that he doesn't have the same skills and composure that maybe Romero does or Van de Ven do. And now that he's pretty much being put up against the best press in the league and one of the best teams in the league, he's being exposed for not being the greatest on the ball, playing out from the back in a position that he's not, always played in either. So he's having a tough time of it. I do think he's been all right defensively, though, and I think he's put out a few fires for us, and he is actually showing, maybe what Dave and I were saying we were kind of missing from Basuma and maybe Lo Celso, is that sort of will and desire. I think Emerson has shown that he is trying to get stuck in, and he is trying to sort of keep it as close as he can, but in possession, he's being exposed right now. I can't lie, but I don't want to sort of say, if we're going to say that about Emerson, then we could have said that about Davies or Dyer or other players like years and years ago. So it's one of those for me, Azad. Maybe it's a bit too strong on Emerson for me, but I see what you mean. In possession, he's been terrible today.
What I will say is, I do think Ben Davies and Emerson are digging Basuma out of a hole a little bit, because if you've gone back and looked at clips of Postecoglou, anytime anyone goes backwards with the ball, he's out on the touchline screaming. But I'm at the point, if I was Emerson or Davies and Basuma ain't coming to collect that ball and he wants to go hiding, or any other midfielders for that fact, I'd keep going back to Vicario and force Postecoglou to make that change. I'd just say, look, what do you want me to do? The guy's hiding. He's scared. The thing is, look, Emerson is filling in, and look, he's done all right defensively, but I'd argue, I think he's a bit overconfident on the ball. That's why he's taking it so close to the opposition, and then he's panicking when he goes to pass it. He needs to learn, when he's playing at right back, he's always got Romero to dig him out. He doesn't have anyone to dig him out when he's playing at centre back. He has to be better on the ball, Azid. He has to. But, come on, there's a lot more players that have to go before Emerson.
And Jerome, big up to Azad, though. I really appreciate support, my man. And Jerome saying, positive, City attackers are asleep. It's a positive that the City attackers are asleep because it would have been 5 already. Dorrington should come on for Emerson. We know Dorrington is good on the ball. And Emerson, like you say, is being exposed for being either too confident on the ball and then also maybe not actually being as technically good or as, composed as other players that we have to pick from. Dorrington, it feels hard to throw on a defender now at this stage, but I mean, what do you make of, maybe Emerson in possession, and also Dorrington is, for the future at least, Dorrington is good in possession, Dave, and he is somebody that, could be useful when we come up against teams like this that will press us. Dorrington is a guy that could try to build out from the back and try to play out from the back technically.
Well, the way he plays in the under-21, Jack, you've seen it yourself, right? He actually stays on the ball to invite the pressure before he moves with it, so he's very, very competent in possession. Look, bringing him on, I'd actually argue it's harder to bring him on in a game like this and expect him to perform than it is actually starting him. Look, what I will say, Jerome, is, there's a number of players that could be hauled off, a number of them. Gale being piss poor. Look, he's up against a tough right back and Kyle Walker, the best in the world. I get that. But then at least come back with the ball, keep possession. Basuma's gone missing. I'd say there's a lot more changes that need to be made, in the midfield and further up the pitch than right now across the back line. But look, like I said, I can understand that Man City are much better than us on the ball, especially with the mixed match team we've got out there. But what I cannot let slide is that work rate. It's just nowhere near good enough.
No, it's not been. And especially in Hill's case, too, you're right. Like, he is coming up against a really tough test, but he just needs to have better decision-making if he is going to come up against Kyle Walker, right? You can't just take him on one-on-one every time and just sort of expect you to get past him.
Mm-hmm. It didn't play it. It played it way too late. It's too slow,
In general, a lot of players, I think, have been a bit too slow, or some of the decision-making hasn't been the greatest. I think Johnson's actually been all right. Sonny's been sort of hit and miss. He's had some good hold-up play, some not-so-good hold-up play. Maybe Hill has probably been the worst of the front three, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. I think he probably has been the worst of the front three so far. Just, if I were to really say players that I would just like to see more from the most, because I just know that they can be a lot better than what they have been. I think in the case of Emerson, I can understand why people are frustrated, but I think we are asking a lot of him today. Like, we're asking him to be a center back position he's not has always been as comfortable in. And then 2, we're asking him to play a possession-based game, building out from the back against the toughest team in the world when it comes to it, playing alongside Ben Davies, who's not going to be also the biggest help either. So Emerson, he's not going to really knock our socks off, I think, at any stage. Like, he is going to be shaky and he is going to be rocky. It's players like Basuma, Lo Celso, Hill as well that are playing more in their real designated positions and also playing in their role in this system that could be making a better impact. But it's all sort of connected to each other. I think Emerson hasn't helped himself at all, to be honest, Jerome, today, because he's been probably one of the more guilty players of giving it away and sort of building the pressure for Man City, giving them more of a chance to come at us, sort of, etc. And Jerome kind of followed up, big up with the support, Jerome. We really do appreciate it, saying Hill needs to think faster because it could have been a second goal for Sonny there. So, right, Dave, right? That was a chance for us to kind of get another sort of snatch and grab goal if Hill was just a bit more clinical, a bit more precise.
And look, this is people's problem with Gill. Look, for me, I think there is a good player in there. And I do think that Gill gets a bit of an unbiased narrative at times because, people go with Brennan Johnson, but he's back from injury, just give him a little run of games. But when it's Gill, they expect it straight away and they don't understand. They won't say that he's just back from injury and he might need a run of games. But look, I understand the frustration, when he's in them positions. This is what he has to, this is where he has to learn. If he wants to take his raw talent and skill to the next level, they're the things he has to be clued into. He has to have more end product. So well and good having the right touch, keeping possession, looking good, this, that, and the other. but that'll only fly for so long. Fans ain't stupid, you know. There has to be end product, and all that took was for him to get his head up a little bit earlier. He didn't, you know. And they're just the little changes that he needs to make to his game. But he needs to wake up. As big as a fan as I am, and I hope people realize I'm being fair. You know, he needs to bloody wake up. He's letting me down.
And also, too, Jerome and Dave, like, it feels like, brought this up in the pre-match build-up, at least I did, that when we have these sort of magical sort of wins and performances against Man City, it's often because we have been very ruthless and clinical with those moments. Yeah. And it comes with it. Like, we can create these chances, that's well and good, but when coming up against Man City, you kind of have to take them if you're going to expect, you know, to actually come out with a miracle win. If you're going to get a miracle win, you need to have miracle sort of moments where you just take it and you just absolutely bury it. And Hill had that chance there. Could have been maybe another one or two, but you definitely would say Hill probably had one of the better ones so far. And if we are going to have, you know, sort of a miraculous steal of a win, we just need to take those. It's just simple as, really. And because that's sort of the area that we have our best hope for is really in this attack. But I agree with you 100%. But also
if Gill wants to keep his place when players come back from injury, he has to start doing better, you know? He has to.
Also that. Absolutely that. This is your chance. This is the minutes that you've been crying out for. Martin Knightsbridge saying, bang on, Dave. It's the mentality, not the ability right now. Can you touch on that further, Dave? You know, about how maybe it's not always ability that's letting us down?
Look, Jack, when you know, we've all been there, right? Sometimes you go into a game and you know you're up against a far superior opponent. But hard work beat talent, you know, can beat talent. And for us, we just have to work a lot harder. You know, when we're not in possession, Man City are finding it way too easy to play through us. They're finding way too many gaps. And as soon as they're at that back line, they're finding way too many intricate, easy passes. You know, we've seen it there with that second goal. Yes, Ben Davies kept everyone on side. But Basuma just stands there on the edge of the box thinking everyone else is going to do his running for him. You know, it's not good enough. You know, it's like they've already came into this with a defeatist attitude that they believe the hype in the media all week that this could be a cricket score. But for me, you know, you go one up, you've got to take confidence from that. But because we see it so quickly, you know, and it's a regular pattern over the last 4 games. And yeah, we can sit here and say, you know, look, we're down to our bare bones. But at the end of the day, these players want to either get into the team or they're fighting for their Spurs career. And the least I expect them to do is run about, you know, close down spaces, get tackles in, harass Man City, not stand off them and let them look that good. But I'd also argue that's where the captain comes in. When you concede that first goal, you know, that the captain has to calm everyone down. But likewise, as soon as he sees one player off it after conceding, you have to go and bollock that guy to wake him up. You know, you have to, or even if he doesn't respond to bollocking, go and put your arm around him for a second and say, look, kid, we need you here. Pick your head up. You know, you're better than this. Show the world how much you're made of. That's what a captain needs to do. But I didn't see any of that until Ben Davies started roaring at people after like their 6th chance. It's way too reactive. We need to be smarter in them situations. The captain has to, you know, galvanize the team, whether that's by shouting or putting our arm around a player. But you have to go and speak to people and tell them to buck up their ideas, not just sit there and be resigned to what they were for that half.
No.
Look, I know some people may say I may be being a little bit harsh, but I'm sorry, I can't excuse work rate. I'm not having it. I cannot let the work rate go.
Yeah.
It's the least I expect coming into this game.
Well, that's the most fixable in the moment. It's the most fixable in the moment. The ability is harder to sometimes, and the confidence can be harder to change in the moment. But it is, you know, the work rate that you can change. It is the energy. Just a few more super chats that, you know, I should have gotten to quicker. Sorry about that, everybody. Adrian Chia saying, not bad considering we took a knife to a gunfight. And it's true, right? It was never a level playing field. It was never a level playing field in this game. This was never going to be the game that you were going to see the best Spurs possible. It never was.
Hang on, we made a change. Højbjerg's on the pitch.
Yeah, I was going to get to that in a second there.
Oh, okay.
As well, Adrian, I just said, yeah, I think it was never going to be a level playing field. It was never going to be an easy fight for us. And so far, you know, we're still somehow in it. And then Faz Radfar saying, what about Donnelly or Dorrington for Hill and Royale? So far, Royale has kept his spot, Faz, but Hill has been taken off for Højbjerg, and I think that means then Kulusevski is going to move out to the wing, and Johnson's going to be out on the left against Kyle Walker. And I did suggest that Kyle Walker has had probably no test from Hill, especially in sort of the physical and in the pace department, whereas Johnson, he's going to offer him, a bit of a threat, at least getting him behind more than what Hill was. Hill was just getting beat out just in a lot of different ways. But I think one of the things that was sort of frustrating to see is that Kyle Walker is probably one of the fastest defenders in world football, and it's only a few players that could even pose any sort of threat, to him in behind. And you might as well just have to switch things up, put Johnson out there, see if he can offer any hope of a challenge. Because, so far, I think Hill just didn't offer a single chance of a challenge. So we need something else out there. And then Jerome saying as well with the super chat, again, Jerome, really do appreciate your support, man. Saying Basuma is too deep and that's not his style. We know that already. Get Højbjerg on for security and Hill off. See the logic in that?
Well, look, he's got his wish first of all. Yeah, I do, Jack. Because players will stop putting the ball out to Gill because he keeps getting it taken off them. And when you're involved in games like that and you keep giving it to a guy and the ball gets taken off him, because it doubles your workload and triples your workload by having to keep constantly chasing the ball back, they'll just start ignoring him. So for me, look, I think it was the right substitution. Be proactive. Get Brennan Johnson to try and match him in pace. Get Kulu up against Cavariol. And let's see if we can rip them open. Like you said it yourself during the half. Here we go. Kulu on the ball, just quickly. But like Jack, you said it yourself, right? Where we've got results against Man City in the past is we've been bloody rootless going forward, and we have to be.
Absolutely. And Højbjerg, decent passing behind so far. To Lo Celso trying to get turned. If he picked up his head there, he had some runs, but he's just trying to keep possession. Did you get that one from Faz Radfar, Jack, where he says, what about Donnelly, Darrington for Gillen? I went through it. I went through it a bit quickly, and that's my fault, Faz. I was just trying to catch up there.
Right.
But
I'm just making sure. Really appreciate the support, everybody.
Yeah.
Keep smashing that like button, and hopefully we can get something out of this game.
And everybody, sorry about that. I think there were some really good super chats and comments from people earlier that we just took our time with, that we had to, get some good discussion out of. And we're trying to make sense of the game. But sorry if we didn't get to yours maybe soon enough. We do apologize. And again, anybody that's tuned in so far, really do appreciate the support for the channel. Donna Collin, that's very nice of you as well. Don't need to bring it up. The missus already tells me enough times a day, but appreciate you, Donna Cullen. Appreciate you.
Grealish is getting warmed up. Look like he's auditioning for the next Zach and Cody on Disney Plus. Man City with the free kick. Out to Doku. He's going to swing that towards back post, is he?
Oh, Sonny had that.
Oh.
He had that.
He's been close to them a couple of times.
Yeah, Ederson has had some sketchy moments, to be honest.
That's it, Basuma. Now he's waking up.
Phil Foden one-on-one with Udogie. Gets inside the box. Oh, Mo doesn't win the header. It's scary that Emerson, when you think about it, right, is our tallest defender probably back there too. Maybe him and Ben Davies are the same height, but I have far more confidence. I'm far more confident in Emerson's aerial game than I do Davies. Davies offers no aerial challenge whatsoever. Whereas,
do you know what, Jack? That's what made me laugh in the press conference. I mean, honestly, what I do say about the dire agenda is real when you've got...
Oh, did you catch that too? I put a tweet about that. He used his last question. Emerson was the best in the air last year, and he wants to try and, will we put Dyer in just because he's 6 foot tall? Oh my, is that what we've come to? He interrupted another reporter to ask that third question as well. Like, he didn't even he had to interrupt another reporter. I was like, well, surely you have a good question. And then he asked that about Eric Dyer, and I was like, are you serious? Like, any possible way you could find a way to insert the guy into the team. Yeah, it's really sad.
That's what I felt like. I do love the way Ange, as soon as he hears Dyer, straight away the words that come off his lips. No.
Yeah, it was amazing. But no, I'm glad you picked up on that too. I did too.
I was furious. So only that you were away with the mother and visiting the newborn. Jack.
No, I put a tweet about it.
And vent.
I put a tweet about it. I was furious when I watched the press conference.
Well done, Højbjerg. That's what you're in the team to do.
Phil Foden being taken out. Basuma, can he start make things happen now on the ball? We need him to dominate this game.
It's better.
Emerson, back to Vicario.
That's better by Emerson.
Vicario into Basuma. Into
Jesus Christ.
Højbjerg. Didn't need that to be first time. Jeez, Emerson's not filling us with confidence yet again in the second half in possession, but neither is Basuma.
Well done,
Pedro
Højbjerg.
Porro.
Pouring air at your prison, son.
Højbjerg moving it a lot quicker. There you go, Porro. Great pass. Great pass, Porro. Sonny out wide.
Burn. Go on.
That's okay, now Johnson.
Look at his face. Go, 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 go.
Johnson cutting inside. Johnson with a shot into Ederson. Felt like he had some passes on maybe there. He took it himself, Johnson. Good positive play, though. He's actually able to get past Kyle Walker, but he may have had some passes on.
It's a lot better, Jack, but, you know, I don't know. I felt like he could have played that one in for Porro for a tap-in.
I think once he clearly had his mind made up at some stage. That's kind of what Hill wasn't able to do in the first half, was sort of get that step, that yard on Kyle Walker. Man City playing out the back so much easier than we have been. We've found it a lot harder. And they've played Grealish clean through here. He's one-on-one with Porro. Back post to Haaland. A little too high. Oh, and it's out for a corner.
Someone says to me, what's wrong with, you know, is there any thoughts in Haaland's game? I'm just going to say he could be an inch higher. Oh, no, what's happened to my screen? Oh, I turned it off, my bad. You still hear me?
Yeah, fine. I can hear you.
That's better, Højbjerg. Kulu, well done.
What's that foul on Grealish?
Oh, what's wrong with him? He's got a piece of dirt on his knee. Pick him up and down to get on with the game.
Spurs lad saying, look how many center backs Man City have compared to us. Yeah, they're kind of flexing, you know, all the center backs they have to pick from in comparison. They have like as many center backs as I can't even. They have as many center backs as we do in our starting 11, basically. Like they have like 5, 6, 7 center backs to pick from for every game. It's ridiculous.
You know what? This is what winds me up when I'm constantly told, oh, well, you know, who would want to come here and play behind Romero and Van de Ven? It's like, well, if you sign them on a similar level, then it's not playing backup, is it? It's competition, and that's what we need. You know, if City can do it and they can have 4, 5, 6 of them, we can have them too.
Emerson clears it. Good clearance as well. Oh, poor touch from Grealish.
Come on, Sonny.
Kulu, you gotta pick your head up, man. Okay, gets through.
Go on, Sonny.
One-on-one with Grealish.
Go back. Too many.
Okay.
Go back. Oh, well done. Johnson, play him again.
Oh, Johnson, pass, man. Pass.
Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you?
Why you keep shooting? That time wasn't on.
Specsavers.
That wasn't on that time. First time, I'll give him a pass. Oh, good ball and behind for Foden. Oh, Udogie's been beat here, but he catches up. Well done, Udogie.
Jesus, he was about to roast Ben Davies there.
I mean, Ben Davies is just caught. He was being roasted by Udogie and by Phil Foden. It's just they were both beating him in that race.
How old is he now? 30 or 31?
Davies, 31.
His legs are gone. I never had them in the first place, but they're gone now. Emerson, get the head up. He's looking for people to come towards the ball.
Moves it. The thing is with Emerson is that he looks panicked because he wants to move it quickly so that.
Yeah.
I think it's to make Ange happy, but it's also because he's just not even confident on the ball, so he'd rather just get rid of it to somebody else.
Just gonna put it out there. We look so much better since.
Oh, no way.
On the ball.
I don't know whose fault that is, but that's shocking. Either that's Basuma's fault or Kulu's fault, but that's shocking.
You should not be offside there. Go man for man press, and we won't let them out the back. Well done.
Oh my lord!
Oh, Fred. That's it, does. You tell him. He's on a yellow though. He needs to watch that.
Yeah, he does.
Who does the ref want? Tell him who you want, ref. This sounds so blaming the referee.
Tom
Come on,
Brady?
get on. Who's that?
Tom Brady?
Is there?
Maybe he's
I watched the
taking
documentary on Disney. It was unreal.
lessons on how to run a football club, I guess, with
He's part of Burnley, isn't he?
part of Birmingham City.
Birmingham, that's it, yeah.
Taking lessons on how to run a football club, I guess.
Grealish. Goes for the switcheroo. It's 2-on-1 here on a Doji. Someone get across an
Silva,
elbow.
he's running at us. Ooh,
Well done.
Well
Oh,
done.
Suma, drive.
Johnson
Drive.
has done well, actually, tracking back.
Before.
He's done well tracking back today, to be fair to him, Johnson.
Yeah, he has. It's just his decision-making and going forward has been grand.
Yeah, no, definitely in the second half.
But you're right. He does deserve praise for the...
I actually, because I criticized him in the pre-match build-up, saying that,
Oh.
we don't see enough defensive work from him sometimes, and he's definitely put in a shift more today. Play him. Okay. Udogi.
Someone get on the over.
Nice. Into Sonny. Come on, Sonny. One-on-one. You have him now.
Go on, please, Carl.
Oh, I feel like you could have tried to take him one-on-one there.
They're the positions you want them cutting in and firing one
Especially
in top bins,
Diaz.
man.
I've seen him skin Diaz before. I've seen Sonny skin him before.
Salzburg.
Get back on side, Sonny. Oh, if he gets back on side there. Basuma. Gio. Emerson. Højbjerg.
Højbjerg.
Play it back to Højbjerg. There you go.
Get onside, Johnson. Well done.
Davies. Well done, Johnson.
Oh, ref.
It's a foul.
Yellow card. Give me yellow. That's what Doji got booked for, right? Am I correct? Doji got booked for that.
It's true.
Where's the yellow? Oh, again, we don't want to apply the same standards. It's exactly what Doji just got booked for. Win that. Well done, Gio.
Gio and Asani. Gio.
Oh, Gio.
Oh!
Oh, my.
For what? So handball? What was it for?
Oh, he's having a howler.
What's it for?
There's no excuse. It's not like he's got a fringe block in his eyesight.
Man City haven't threatened. Man City haven't. I mean, they've been very scary still, but they haven't had as good chances of recent. So if we can try to keep this up for a little bit, maybe we can fasten a chance soon.
The work rate is so much better this half.
I agree.
So much better. They're going after the ball in numbers. Why do we have to wait to 2 down to do that?
That's a handball.
Handball.
That's a kick away as well. That's a kick away as well. That's a yellow. It's a yellow.
Pull it out.
It's a yellow. Thank you.
Well done. Yeah, that's petulance. You won't do that again, Jack. Not you, Jack. Oh, Jack Grealish. Come on, there's a second for us. We're looking so much better this half.
Sort of. They've been a bit quieter now, City. They've been a tad bit quieter. God, Emerson is struggling to get around some of these guys.
See, all of our players now are coming towards the ball and see you going man for man. You need someone to, when everyone else runs in, someone run the opposite way and give them that out ball down the line. Well done, Big Vic. Right, get on it, Poro. Let's get the ball down. Let's go. Briss wants it.
Come on.
Ref! Is that second tackle by Grealish? No. Bernardo Silva. Well done, Salzburg. Want to get on with it quickly. Carry on to Ben Davies. Ben Davies to Johnson. Kyle Walker, that's better. Venom onto Salzburg. That's much better. See the way Højbjerg's dropping deep to get on the ball. Now we're starting to get out.
Basuma, man. You have passes there. Okay. Yes.
Ball.
Play him.
Play him.
Oh, Poro. And Gio. There you go, Højbjerg. There you go. Probably offside here. It's probably offside. Believe he's offside.
Is he off? Yeah. Since Højbjerg's come on, though, Jack, it's had the desired impact. He's getting on the ball back there. He's splitting between Davies and Emerson, and he's starting to spray balls and getting us out.
No, he's been...
That's what Basuma should have been doing in the first half.
He has been dropping deeper to pick up the ball and just be that sort of extra man in sort of the build-up play that we maybe didn't have earlier.
That's it. Let's go after it now, boys. Take matters into your own hand. Destiny into your own hand.
Holland plays him behind Silva.
We're going to have to really help Doji out here because he's on a yellow. He can't make a challenge. Tottenham starting to drop a little again. Gvardiol onto Grealish. Back to Vollers. Oh, it's a good turn by Gvardiol. To Grealish. Double team by Kulu and Porro. Gone out for a City throw in. 65 minutes coming, Jack. Any other subs you think about making?
I think Højbjerg's made the impact maybe we've needed in this first 15 minutes or so, but perhaps a change up front in some regard if we have one available, but we don't really.
Yeah.
We have Richie and Valise. I think that's it.
Well, Richie, I wouldn't say is anywhere near 100%.
Richie's not able to put in 30 minutes. And Valise, we would be missing a bit of technical quality if we put him in. You know,
Donley on the bench.
Donley is on the bench. Some people have been asking for Donley.
I don't understand.
You'd think
why
Donley
Valise
for Gio. You could think about Donley for Gio or something in that regard. You could move Kulusevski back into the midfield. I'm not sure, but maybe you could think about Donley.
I don't know why Valise is getting the minutes ahead of Donley. Donley's done a lot more at Tottenham than what Valise has.
Perhaps it's just because he offers technically a different sort of physical presence. True. He's just physically different than Sonny, right? You know, he offers a physical presence up front. Oh, playing out the back here.
I would maybe look at some point at getting Son out on the wing because that's where we're getting a lot of our joy. You know, and at least if anyone will find the final ball, it will be him.
Yep, I agree with that. And if you move Sonny out on the wing, you get to at least keep Kyle Walker honest again.
Yeah. Kanji switches it out wide. Walker onto Foden. Foden back to Walker. Sonny trying to trigger the press. Is anyone going with him? Celso goes with him. Celso goes again. Come on, Kulu. You have to get there quicker. You can't allow that out ball there.
There you go, Pedro.
That's better.
Oh, jeez. I mean, Grealish gets every fucking call, man. He's like, anytime he appeals, he gets it.
He's so bloody protected, isn't he? There's a big chance in this for us. It's just whether we're going to take it or not, lad.
Yeah. Sweeney Todd, good to see you, sir. King Hoddle saying, nick a late point, why not? I mean, that's what we're praying for, I guess. King Hoddle.
Look, as long as we're in the game, the longer we're in the game, you know, all it takes is one opportunity. You just can't concede a third because that will kill us.
Oh, well done, Ben.
Well done.
There you go. There you go, Højbjerg. Play him again. Okay. Gio into Sonny. To Johnson. City have been able to get back, though, and sort of set up and get back into their shape there. We could have taken advantage of that. We didn't, but Kulusevski's out wide. One-on-one. Gvardiol. Kulu. One-on-one. Tries to play across with his right.
Why isn't he swinging with his left?
Yeah, I felt like he had a chance earlier with his left. We're just playing into trouble now. Well done, Emo.
Well done, Emerson. That's a Romero challenge. It's corner. Come on, Spurs. This is the chance. Come on, let's do it. I'm waiting for this. Good ball in. Son, get people on the edge of the box. See if we can see Shawnee in the crowd.
Ugly Fish saying we need a player like Grealish so we can win a penalty because he's pretty.
Yeah.
We need a guy who can just complain like Grealish can for any sort of...
Celso with the delivery.
Oh,
straight into Ederson's hand.
I've never rated Gio from corners. I've always thought he's been shocking from corners.
At least he got it off the ground, I suppose. It's just a shocking corner.
He's never been good at taking corners. I don't know why he takes corners.
Nothing worse than seeing a corner that either doesn't get past the near post or straight into the keeper's hands.
Come on, Basuma, bring that down.
Up them for no reason whatsoever.
Just why are you taking 10, 20 touches on the
Jesus
ball, man?
Christ.
If you're going to just pass it to Emerson, why are you taking 40 touches?
And he won't even make a movement for Emerson to give it. You know what I mean? He's just standing there.
He's just not been at it, Basuma.
He gives the ball to Emerson under pressure. He won't even make a move to receive it back.
You got Porro there as well, man. Make a turn. He just keeps giving it to Emerson.
He's invited this pressure on.
He keeps giving it back to Emerson. Where's that sort of adventurous Basuma we need? If it's anybody that's going to take risks on the ball, we need Basuma to take risks, not Emerson.
Yeah. Spot on, lad. Go on, get on the press. Players, get up with him, join him. So far behind. Do you know what? If I was Son, I'd be furious. You know, because I'd be like, I need someone. Oh, Sonny.
Gio.
Onto the south.
Into Sonny. Gio.
Gio!
It's Gio again! It's Gio again! Oh my lord! Gio! Come on! Oh, Gio!
Si, senor. Give the ball to Gio. He will score. Argentine. Let's give Gio the ball every fucking time. Let's go.
Gio again.
He can stay.
It's a great finish. It's a great finish. 2 great finishes in a row. Oh, kind of out. He's done nothing really all game either, but we'll take it. I mean, we needed somebody to step up. We needed somebody. Gio.
Gio, he will score.
Not a great save from Ederson again, I must say, but...
Jack, there's a winner in this for us.
Oh, it's a better finish, actually, probably, than even Sonny's.
That's it, Ange. That's it, Ange.
Come on. 2-2.
Let's go.
Gio, clutch. Absolutely clutch.
Yeah, Hannah, fuck off. Eat that one.
Look at his eyes. They're bulging.
No, just stay switched on. Don't do anything stupid and don't concede straight away like we done last time.
Oh, jeez, yeah, we got so unlucky conceding straight away like
That's
last time. Come on, lads. Let's
press
actually
on.
grab another straight away. Come on, why not? Grab another straight away.
Literally, all we've done is turn up the work rate and they can't handle it. Let's go. Well done.
Win it. Come on, Højbjerg. And a Kulu. Come on, Kulu. Take it yourself. Højbjerg. Across.
Come on.
Corner.
Kulu.
Is it a corner? Okay.
Yeah. Corner.
Højbjerg.
Oh, my heart can't take this. Come on.
Look at Højbjerg speeding it up here. Okay, he's thinking about taking a short. Yeah, let's have Pedro Porro take a cross.
You can't handle the work rate, Jack. All we've done is up the work rate and look at them. They're crumbling.
Come on, lads.
Do not put this one in the keeper's hands. Oh, Porro's on it. This won't happen. Guarantee you.
Whip it in.
Porro. It's a beautiful outfit.
Oh, anybody!
Lo Celso!
Oh! Lo Celso again!
Nearly a replica of the goal last week at Fulham. Or at Aston Villa. Catches it well as well.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
off
it was
Jack
headed.
Grealish.
It was headed towards goal. It's definitely headed towards goal.
That's a corner kick to Tottenham. Another one. Let's keep City penned back in here for a little while. This is where we catch our breather.
Oh, my Lord. Come on.
Just aim for Kulu. He's the biggest guy in the box. Ben, I'm looking at you. Come on, Ben.
It's not a bad ball, but won by Holland.
Højbjerg!
Oh, Sonny! Oh, Johnson. It was Johnson. Oh, just ricocheted.
Sonny looks so similar when they're running. It's
I know.
unbelievable.
They look the exact same. In this kit, I think they look the exact same. Oh, it's hard to have a good touch in that situation. You just have to be lucky. But Højbjerg and Lo Celso with 2 decent shots. Back into the firing and back into the danger area. We almost got away with it. Emerson wins it into Højbjerg. Emerson draws a foul as well. I think Højbjerg's could have... Yeah, I agree, Scott Quirks. I think Højbjerg's could have been headed in as well.
He's had a massive impact. He's had a bloody massive impact.
Him and Gio could have scored again there on 2 occasions with like 2 shots headed towards goal.
That substitution that Ange made has completely changed the course of this game and the bollocking they've got.
Are they checking for VAR with Holland?
Go on, send them off. Fuck it, we always get sending off. Phil Foden coming off for Lewis.
Interesting.
It's an interesting change.
Definitely not going to be playing the same
He's telling
position
Kyle
Foden
Walker
was.
to go right.
Yeah, he's not telling. It's interesting because probably
Bernardo
Bernardo
Silva,
Silva. Yeah, Bernardo Silva might go wide. They're going to add probably more into midfield, is my thinking. Rico Lewis will be an extra midfielder for them.
Well, they've lost the midfield battle since Højbjerg's come on. That's why we've gone and got the goal and been the better team the second half.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Oh.
Vicario, okay. And Udogie.
What a touch by Udogie. Coolest man in the room, Jack. As cool as a cucumber on ice.
That was brilliant. Ripsy
Look at him, he's rattled.
Ripsy saying to Holland, deport him back to Norway. He's a freak of nature, Ripsy. That's why, honestly. He's probably not allowed in this country anymore.
Oh, there we go.
Come on.
Get the press on, though.
Holland, Sonny. Pressing.
Make him go long. Ha the Porinator. That's what you have to do.
Gotta lay one on him. Oh, no, it's a card for the Porinator.
Yeah, it's his third one. It's the first time I've ever seen a Celso smile.
It's a good hard challenge from Poro. I like it.
That's what you do. You should let him know you're there.
I like it.
Get up, Jack.
I like
Look
it.
at him holding his arse cheek.
I like it.
Put his hammy. Come on, Spurs.
He's got to stay honest from afterwards, though, Pedro. But I like it. I do like a good crushing.
2 fullbacks on yellow cards, Jack.
Yeah, 2 fullbacks on yellow cards is tough, but...
Have we any fullbacks on the bench?
We have all our fullbacks on the pitch, Dave, so...
Fuck.
We have a back 4 of fullbacks.
We need to go and get a third. Yeah, switch Udogie and Porro. Put them in the middle of the Davies and everything on the outside. In-game management. How's that?
Yeah, that's what Ange has left to do. That's the only choices he has. Oh, my Lord. Rico Lewis somehow gets out of there.
No, City on the attack. Rico Lewis on the outside.
Oh, my Lord. It's another sitter. It's another sitter.
Behind.
Oh, it's another sitter. Rodri missed as well. He's usually the one to grab them, a late winner. Oh, it just clips off the post, I think, as well, or off the bar.
This is my problem.
Hits the stanchion.
Who's picking up them runners coming into the box? Where's the midfield? Just letting them run. That's it, Emerson. Go on. Show us that Brazilian magic. Ref. Oh, no, he didn't give it. How was he not giving that? Don't you dare give that one. Well on, Emerson. Salzburg on to Vic. Playing the sweeper keeper role here. Come on, lads.
Big up to the Tottenham teacher. Big up to Sue Smith. Big up to, as well, James Paratrooper. Big up Welsh Gal as well. Trust the big Ange indeed.
Big up, everyone. You got to be happy so far. Let me know so far where you're at with this game. And everyone please smashing that like button. We're up against the David and Goliath battle here today, watching Tottenham v City. It's also the Irish Hotspur versus YouTube. It's also David versus Goliath. So please smash that like button in honor of David. And feel free to subscribe, by the way. I think we're less than 100 out from reaching 13K. It'd be a mega milestone to get to before Christmas. Only you guys can make that happen. And I'll plug it now while we're in the game, while we're still in the game.
Is it Richie time, says Who's Your Hotspur? I mean, he's got 10 minutes, according to Ange.
Is he?
He's got 10 minutes, I think, only. That's all he can offer. Maybe last-minute corner or last-minute set piece, throw Richie on.
Well, he wasn't. Imagine he comes on and gets the winner, lad. I'd be proo.
I'd throw him on for a set piece. I would, if we're in the last steps of the game.
Yeah,
I'd throw him on for a set piece. So Spurs keep motioning at something. The Spurs players keep pointing at something.
Who's gone down there in injury? I think Lo Celso's gone down.
That's Højbjerg.
Oh, Højbjerg. Sorry,
step on his foot. Or was it a bit of housery, maybe? A bit of time wasting
I actually think he'd be angry if he didn't get a battle wound from a game, to be honest. Don't switch off. Don't switch off.
Top
Not
of the
from another
box.
set.
They clip it in.
Not again. Way.
Who does Gavardiol think he is?
Hey, Reebsy, look out your window, see if that one's floated by.
Who does Gavardiol think he is with that? Honestly, that's pretty ridiculous.
Oliver skip for who's it coming on
for Lo Celso.
Well on, Gio.
It's good performance from Gio. I feel like he started to make more of an impact. I'm kind of sad to be see him taken off.
Defensively, I think he's going to try and grind this out, I think.
Yeah, he just probably needs hard-working players now.
See, what he needs now is whatever side Skip plays on, he has to get over and double up with a Dozier or Porro, and same as the other midfielder on the other side. You can't leave your fullbacks one-on-one on yellow cards. Well done, Gio. Don't do anything wrong. Actually, do something on the ball as well. That'd be nice. Win that. Win that. Ref, he's bullying him. It's not the playground. Well done, Emerson. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, this skip. First thing he does, play behind him. Pick up. The first pass he does is behind Bissouma. Unbelievable. It's 2 on the bounce for him. Come on. 10 minutes, Tottenham. 10 minutes and plus injury time. Do you know what, Jack? I got to give it to everybody out there. They do crack some wise ones with us. We have a good time. Big up, my man, Adrian. Definitely, it's the new way to play. So Pep already followed him, right? He brought Enrico Lewis. You know, he's already been inspired. That's a yellow. Yeah, honestly, 10 out of 10. Next Hollywood blockbuster, he deserves to be in it. Go on, Johnson. Well done. We need to try and get back on top of it in the midfield again. We're starting to lose this ball again. It's starting to become a ping pong game. Better than Emerson. Well done. Too much out of it. He's even Ben Davis exposed. He gives Haaland time. It's full back. Fuck you, Bissouma. Go fuck yourself. Fuck off. Fuck off. He's out all game. He's out all fucking game. He just doesn't learn his lessons. Why is he going back inside? He's got the fullback there. Why did he turn back in trouble? Yeah, you can't be having that big of a touch in the midfield. Jack, people are saying they can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I put myself on mute. I was about to go to the restroom because I thought Spurs actually had it there for a second, and then I got pissed seeing Bissouma give that away. It's absolutely shocking from Bissouma. I'm pissed with Bissouma. He's done nothing defensively today. He hasn't been good enough in possession, and he's making poor decisions like that as well. And honestly, on 2 occasions, what I was trying to say, on 2 occasions, he did not look great in the goals that we conceded. One of the goals where he could have definitely gotten stuck in on a second ball, where Emerson's clearance, and then in this situation as well. He's definitely at fault for 2 goals. He's not been good enough in any department today. At least Gio popped up with a goal and actually was all right in possession today. Like, I mean, Basuma has just not been good in any sort of facet.
How much time and does he think he has in the midfield with all these extra heavy touches, though?
He
How
just
much
didn't
time does he
need that.
think
That's such a gift as well. Man City were sort of out of it. Man City had no idea. They were sort of out of it. Kulu, can he make something happen? Oh, it's such a gift. Such a gift. Just when Ange started to go even a bit more conservative with the substitutions as well.
Oh, that's a red. That's a red.
Just when Ange was trying to be more conservative.
That's worse than Romero's against Chelsea. Oh my God, that's worse than Romero's tackle against Chelsea. High foot.
You're right, Dave.
That's worse. And people wonder why I get annoyed with officiating.
That is worse.
Doesn't win the ball, nowhere near it. So late. Higher. His foot is way higher than Romero's. Come on, good delivery in. I'm assuming you better make up for this as well, by the way.
Oh!
Over everyone. I'm so fucking annoyed with Basuma, man. So annoyed with him.
Yeah,
he's
really
already got caught on the ball a few times in the first half that nearly led to goals. It's just our own mistakes again. I don't know. It's like the guy gets in his head that he thinks we're just winning the game or something like that. Such a killer time as well with 10 minutes to go.
It just cannot happen there at that moment. It really can't. It just can't happen there.
Killer.
It just can't.
So fucking annoyed with him. How did he not learn from the first half? How has he not learned? When he spoke about learning lessons at half time. He better do something spectacular to make up for it. Tottenham's throw in here. Oji. On to Porro. He's got Kulu on the overlap. Kulu crosses it. Gone out for a corner kick. Come on, get a good delivery in here. Oh, it's infuriating. Richie's coming on. Who's Richie coming on for? Kovacic and Ake coming on for Man City. Vardiol's coming off on a booking. Smart by Pep Guardiola. Bringing on Ake. Kovacic coming on for Julian Alvarez. So, looks like Pep Guardiola's going to shut up shop here. More defensive changes. And Richarlison is coming on for Basuma. I don't want anyone clapping him. Fuck you, Basuma. I'm fucking sick of you. He's been shit for a while now. He needs to wake up. What a twat. How's he giving that away?
Richie's on.
Yeah, we've gone 2 up front. He's come on for Basuma.
Wow, Ange pulled up Basuma straight off. I mean, that
That's right.
says a lot.
She's nowhere near good enough, lad. It's just he's let everyone down today.
Nice, Emerson.
Emerson, good ball.
Richarlison gives it away.
Just take it into you.
Yeah.
It's already hard enough to get a hold of the ball.
He had space as well. He had time. He's not going to be sharp, though. Let's be honest. And we need him. But we need him to be.
Look, you're asking a miracle.
We fucking need him to be. We got any sort of hope if we're going to try to get into this. We need him to be sharp right now.
We're asking a miracle. You know, the guy's not even fit. I think he's only been on the turf like 1 or 2 days.
We're asking another miracle. We already got a miracle by getting that equalizer. That's what's frustrating.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Yeah.
We already got our miracle. Emerson and Davies actually did well enough to hold out for us to get that chance. And then to have that happen, it's just, I feel actually bad for Emerson and Davies in that case.
And it's where he loses it, because where he loses it, it just leaves Ben Davies so exposed.
No, it's suicide.
You know, what annoys me more, he had to pass out to the left back. I think Højbjerg was standing out there waiting for it. Yeah. And he turns back in. It's what's even more frustrating. It was avoidable.
Pass. It's a terrible, it gets picked. It's just, it's all wrong. Skunkworth saying, I want to see the pigeon shit all over the Etihad.
Ref, that's a free.
Oh, my Lord. He hasn't given that. He's just got body checked there.
Get after the ball, Spurs players. There's 3 minutes left.
If we get a set piece, maybe we can take advantage of Richie. I agree, Welsh gal.
Dozy wins the throw in. Come on, Tottenham. I hope so, Welsh gal. I'd love nothing more to sit here and do proo last minute. Emerson. Into Højbjerg, into Skip.
Oh, thank you.
Well done.
Nice, Sonny. Good pass.
Well done. Go on, Johnson. You've done
football
all game.
Here you go. Kulu! It's 3! It's 3! Kulu!
Gimme a chance.
Oh, my God! It's Kulu!
He's on the wing. Gimme a chance.
Oh, my Lord! Spurs have gone and stolen something again! Oh, a header from Kulu! What a finish! What a performance from Kulu. He's been brilliant all game as well.
What a ball by Johnson. He's done nothing all game.
He has to be on here. He has to be on there.
Oh, can you believe it?
Come on. Oh, he absolutely bodies him.
Destroys it.
Who is that? Ake, he absolutely... sit him down. What a finish. What a finish.
Oh, come on.
Throw your head in there, man. Throw it in there. What a finish. Get in there, Kulu. Come on.
So what happens when you got a target man in the box, Jacko?
Oh, throw the big man in there, Dave. You know me. Throw the big man in there. Oh, what a finish.
That's your sort of goal. You love it.
Oh, I love that sort of goal. Oh, he absolutely rose.
People saying it's offside.
Own goal, some are saying.
Seeing some say offside, some saying own goal.
I don't think it is. I'd be surprised.
It better not be.
No, it's not. They're playing through. We've been given plenty of miracles today, Robbie. I thought we already had a miracle from Gio. I wasn't expecting another one. I wasn't.
I said to everybody, it's the festive fixture period. Anything can happen. Oh, come on. Let's go for the winner. Come on, Prue. Work back. Take him out. Skip. You're not on the yellow. Take him out.
Oh, I got to kill Grealish there. Thank you.
Well done. That's how you do it.
It's a good foul. It's a good foul.
Why didn't Skip do that 15 yards back?
Yeah, that's even... Skip has been brought on to do exactly that.
That's what he's on to do.
You're right. You're very right.
Take him out. Stop the flow of the attacks. One thing where Man City is devastating is allowing them to pass a move. Now, 4 minutes to go. Hold them down every single opportunity you get.
I agree.
Honestly, it's what he's on there to do. He can't kick a football.
Oh, please. It's out.
I know. Can't kick a ball. He can't tackle. So just rugby tackle people. It's a dangerous set piece, by the way.
Phew.
Come on, 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. This is the festive period after all. It's the season of giving. Give us that point. We've earned it. We have earned that today.
Oh, it should be 3-2. Like we've sort of neutralized them in ways towards the end of this game. I mean, Basuma's, I will say, was a gift. That like Man City were sort of running out of ideas for a couple of minutes, and then he just gave them that gift. I wasn't expecting we would get a miracle. No. Come on, let's hold out here. Who knows? Maybe get another chance.
Who knows?
Still time, maybe, to get another chance.
Just need a quick cigarette. I haven't had one in hours, and this is destroying me, this game. I'm so nervous. Come on.
Sonny, bring it down.
Oh, come on.
Sonny.
Come on.
See Richie! See Richie! See Richie! Oh!
Kulu.
Back post again! Oh, no! Johnson's pass! Oh, Johnson's pass!
Do the same.
Oh, Grealish is in behind. He's off.
Oh,
or the referee's blown it.
Free kick.
Yeah, I think Emerson's foul.
He's called it back for a free kick.
Yeah, I think it's for Emerson. Great foul by Emerson. Great foul.
Man the match referee. That's a brilliant decision.
Oh, Johnson, Dave. Oh, Johnson. I felt like Richie was also... Sonny maybe even had Johnson. I felt like... Or had Richie. Sonny had Richie. I feel like we had a chance there. Great foul for... Oh, great time wasting for Memo to get himself involved in that. Great time wasting.
Brilliant tackle to take down Haaland. And he's on as well. He's actually onside. That's the sickening thing. They're rattled. Let's take the ball and go and create one more chance. Oh, fuck off, Haaland. Someone send him back to Norway.
Steve D. Good to see you, Steve D. Let's hear it for the ref.
Yeah, he deserves it. Well done, referee. Honestly, my man, the match lad.
Steve D. That's hilarious.
What's Grealish moaning at the fourth official for? Give him a second yellow and send him to the stands right now.
Oh, Donley! Don Bomb!
For a minute, come on. Let's have a Don Bomb. A
Don
Bomb. I want him to get the ball and drive at players.
You know, Pep Guardiola is just jealous of that sort of talent right there. He's just jealous.
Johnson. Good delivery for Kulu.
Solid work from Johnson defensively today. He actually put in a shift defensively. I love Simon Hooper here. I feel like he's taken 4 minutes with this tackle from Emerson. Yeah. We've wasted like 4 minutes here. It's brilliant.
2 balls on the pitch. Everything going on here.
Well done, yeah, by the referee. I agree, Steve.
Someone go down with an injury. Smash them. Don't let them play.
Mo, thank you.
Done.
Get in there, Donnelly. Get in there. Udogie clears it for a corner. Maybe he could have let that bounce. I think he misclears it or miskicks it.
Yeah, mishits it, yeah. Come on, we're shit from set pieces. Don't concede now.
Get there, Skip.
Oh, what challenge.
Come on, Skip.
Foul.
Get out.
Just constantly
Get out there, Richie. Get out there. Clear it. No.
Well on Emerson. Get out, Sonny.
Back post.
Behind.
Oh.
Hey. They're appealing for a penalty on Akanji here. There's mass appeals here right at the end.
They're desperate.
I don't know. Did Donnelly look guilty there?
Oh, no way. He's gone down easy. He's gone down so easy.
There's nowhere near enough from Skip there to make him go down like that. Don't tell me they're checking that.
No way. He's gone down. Who is it? Who is it that they called it on? He's gone down so easy. Come on. That's ridiculous.
They said him on her.
No way.
No.
Definitely not. Are you fucking kidding me? I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my mind.
Yes, same here.
Come on. Vicario.
Come on, he's there late one.
Get it cleared. Win that. Win that, Ben. Well done, Ben.
Someone get out wide and help Adoji. Don't leave him on his own. Same with Porro if the ball goes out the other side.
Get there.
Well done, Donnelly. Good running.
So it's Kulu. Kulu win. Oh. Good job, Donnelly. Good block.
Yes!
He's blown it. Come on, Spurs, grab a point. Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Oh, Jacko.
And stealing a point at the Etihad. And getting a point away from home in a magical, miraculous, I mean, ridiculous game. It required so many things. It required so much luck. It required a bit of maybe just a concentration, a bit of miracles. Haaland's losing his mind. This is brilliant.
I'm loving Big Ange instead.
What a performance.
We play the way we want to. With Big Ange Postecoglou. Whether it's right or wrong, we will send Pep home. Come on.
Oh, my lord. Spurs grab a point away. Get in. Get in.
I'm buzzing.
Oh, my lord. That's exactly what we want to see. Deserved, I must say, after the Aston Villa game, or I think the Aston Villa game, we deserved something from that game. So it just feels good to play. I don't even know if we played as well in this game as we did in the Villa game, but we found a way to get it done. Credit to some of those goal scorers today because they took their chances. Gio got us back into the game, and then Kulusevski there as well. Kulusevski's header, absolutely brilliant. And also for us to also open up the scoring too has been brilliant, to see us do that. But Spurs, I mean, somehow, some way, pulling off another miracle against Man City. It's clockwork for us, these miracles. It really is.
It is. Højbjerg was the game changer in that, in the substitution at halftime. Unbelievable. What's that film called, Jack? Miracle on 34th Street, Miracle at City. Fuck you, City. Come on.
Miracle in the cloud blue. Miracles in the Etihad. That's what we've been getting. Miracles in the Etihad. Oh my lord. Easy, says K32. Exactly. It's easy for us to just do this.
I'll be saying it all week, any other fixture bar this one, you can never write us off, and sometimes you just have to believe in a miracle sometimes, and absolutely buzzing. Jack, absolutely buzzing. I don't know how we got out of here at a result.
I have no idea.
It just goes to show they can do it when they want to.
They can, and they showed more effort in that second half. And I would argue, it's not like Spurs were the better team, I think, at all this game, but there were periods where all of a sudden Man City stopped, having as dangerous moments as they did in the beginning of the first half as well, maybe throughout even the first half. They were probably far more dangerous in the first half than they were in the second. And even the goal that Basuma gave away, like I said, it was a giveaway, really. It was a gift. I felt like Man City started to lose like a bit of a onus in the game. They started to have, a bit less influence. I mean, geez, Spurs pulling out something out of the bag here. Dark Sun G saying the three players that know how to score versus City scored. So we have Sonny with the first. The second, we have a brilliant, Gio Lo Celso goal. That's right. Gio has scored against City in the past. One of his only goals ever in a Spurs shirt was against Man City when he came on as a sub, I think under Jose Mourinho, if I recall. If that's right. That was a great performance as well from Gio. And then the third one, Dave, and Kulusevski. He's also scored against Man City before. It's the regulars. It's the regulars. I like that, Dark Sun G. Never thought about it. And I must say my favorite was actually Kulusevski's because I just didn't see it coming at all. I mean, I just had no hope for Spurs to. It felt like the way that we sort of shot ourselves in the foot. It's just sort of how it goes when you do yourself over like that. I mean, you don't really. It's hard to get another miracle. Like it's hard to get another sort of chance. It felt like we had our chance, we took it, and then Basuma ended up kind of screwing it up for us. But I mean, for Kulusevski to get that header and also the bravery in which he showed to win it, I mean, it's a great goal. And honestly, like you say, Darkson G, three guys that actually have somehow, some way, in their respective careers at Spurs, have scored against City in the past. And it's in the case of Sonny, who's the usual assassin, but Kulusevski and Gio, maybe the unexpected ones.
Look, this is just what we do, Jacko. We're well versed in the, Man City's tactics. We know how to play against them, and it's proven. We can go toe to toe with them, or we can sit back and catch them on the counter. Either way, we're going to get a result from these guys. We are officially their bogey team. But look, I mean, let's Dark Sun G's alluding to goals. Let's go through the goals. I mean, absolutely unbelievable strike by Lascelles in the second half. Absolutely unbelievable. Sonny took his goal very well in the first half. And then Kulu, what a header. What a bloody header. I mean, you talk about determination, and that's not just luck, by the way, him being there. That's determination. That's willingness to get himself in front of Ake, bowl him out the way and get that contact on. When you put balls in the box, all you want is someone that wants it. And my God, did Kulu show he wanted that absolute bullet header. Brilliant, Dark Sun G. Three guys that know how to score goals against City, all stand up and deliver. Look, I think on the whole, there's a lot of positives from today, and mainly positives. I would say maybe the one negative I probably would take away is we need to learn from our mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
We have to learn from them.
Yeah, and we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. Piece. Yeah, like that.
No, set piece, not good enough. That Bissouma, he already got away with one in the first half and then commits the same error in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
We have to start learning from our mistakes.
It's true, and even Bissouma's is the one that got punished the most, but there were other ones from other players as well that we just didn't get punished for. Emerson actually had one, right, that Holland was able to get us away with. Maybe that's why Holland was so upset. He just was so upset with the sitters secretly that he had missed on the game, and then the way that we still... and he seems to find it hard to score against Spurs. I think Romero has shut him up in the past, right? Now Emerson has shut him down in the past. He's getting frustrated coming up against the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. Big up Dark Sun G, though, and it's... so many people are buzzing with this. King Hoddle, yes. Robbie Keane's in here as well. He's enjoying it. Ribsy85 saying, I can't believe we stole a point there. Well effing done. Sweeney Todd saying, incredible result. Scooter reacts. Holland has his man bun in a twist. Steve D says, wow, what a result. Lovely to see Pep congratulate Ange. That was a Houdini type stuff. It really was, Steve D. Dreadlock74, jolly good show. Stevie Frazier, buzzing. Take that all, you troll MFers. Big up, Steve Frazier. Nomad saying great point, and as well as plenty of people in the chat giving their thoughts on the game. If you do feel like everybody, keep getting in your comments. We'll try to put it up on screen, but if you do want to support us, feel free to do it in a super chat. Adrian Chia saying, miracle of the third kit. Come on, you Spurs. I mean, we've had some good performances in the third kit. Sadly, not one, I must say, from your man number 8, Yves Bissouma, Adrian, but a third kit performance from the whole squad. It took a squad to get this job done, and there were some subs made as well, right? And it wasn't one that was just the starting 11. We had impact subs from Højbjerg. Skip had to come on and try to help us do a job. We also had some impact from some other players in the team too. So it was a third kit society job today. It was everybody in the third kit that did the job, Adrian.
Yeah, look, I was surprised to see the thumbnail, Jack. I know my picture of Sonny, it wasn't the best. It was very hard to find. Them third kit pictures for the thumbnail are very elusive, Jack. We don't wear it that often. But look, you spoke about changes there, and I have to say, I think I want to give Postecoglou massive credit. You've heard of late a lot of people going, well, look, I have to be fair. As much as I love Postecoglou, I'll criticize him, this, that, and the other. And it looked like people were sort of getting ready to pounce. Look, media, everybody sort of just sitting on the outskirts, waiting to pounce. He made an absolute huge call at halftime, taking off Gill, bringing on Højbjerg. And that's why we got this result today.
Yeah.
Whether people like it or not, as soon as Højbjerg came on, we started getting possession. We started playing out from the back. We started playing through the thirds. Their press was becoming non-existent. That substitution changed the game. And with the amount of pressure he's been on, we lost to Fulham. Everyone went straight to Ange. We lost to Chelsea. Everyone went straight to Ange. We lost to Wolves. Oh, our Tottenham naive playing this high line, this, that, and the other. We lose to Fulham. The pressure was mounting. to make such a big call at halftime shows this guy has bloody cojones. Absolutely love it from Ange today. He changed that game with that sub.
A lot of cojones from Ange and a lot of cojones from the players. And I'll be honest, I think Ben Davies and Emerson actually showed some cojones in the second half, because I don't rate them as a back pairing. Like, it is stressful to watch them, but they showed some solidity at times when we needed them, just to get it cleared, just to not give it away in bad areas. I mean, they showed some togetherness. A lot of players in this performed today, and maybe that's what we'll call this game, the miracle of the third kit. Adrian Sheehan's the day of miracles in the third kit. Ian Cook, member for 21 months. Thank you for your support, sir. I like to say, around that sort of, length of time as, part of the Mount Rushmore sort of candidacy I sort of said earlier. What a result that was. Well done, lads. That was unexpected. We never give up. In the big Ange, we trust. We showed that we never gave up by grabbing that third goal with Kulusevski, actually, Ian Cook. And even, too, I'd be honest, like, my head was down when Basuma gave up that goal. I kind of just sort of, was like, well, you just kind of done it to yourselves, haven't you? And you don't really expect, sort of, especially with a team like Man City away from home, you don't really have the crowd, cheering you on or anything like that. You actually have the opposite, right? You have the Man City crowd sort of convinced that they've actually now won it. And to come back like that just shows the never stop mentality. And also, too, the fact that we didn't concede our sort of style of play or our sort of approach at all to Man City. We didn't back down, and we grabbed a point. And Talk Sport and the Ange doubters, Dave, they're going to have to find something else to talk about.
Yeah, look, hopefully so, Jack, because, I just don't like that they're very quick to go for Ange Postecoglou all the time. At the start of every season, talk about how much of a massive rebuilding job Tottenham is. Then as soon as we start losing a few games, they start piling on the pressure, and it's natural. People listen to the media. People start listening to what they're saying. They end up going in that direction. I'm just glad that that we got that result today, because there would have been a lot more questions asked of him. Basuma probably would have got a lot more stick. I was ready to give it to him. I've been disappointed with him the last few weeks. But look, to what Ian Cook says, we never stop. We never stop. And Jack, that's a motto that me and you picked up before anybody. We made sure we said it at the end of the stream. This is what Postecoglou lives and dies by. And I'll be honest, our first half performance did not reflect that motto of we never stop. It didn't. But the second half, we upped the work rate, and that's all we done. We made the one change. We upped the heat, the intensity, the press and work, just up the work rate. And we pinned City back for large periods of that half. So, credit to everybody. Ange must have rollicked them at halftime, and the team responded. All in all, Jack, a good day. And big up Ian Cook. Absolutely mammoth service. 21 months, my man. Like I said before, if I wasn't in such a corner, I'd stand up and applaud you. So salute to you, Steve, to you, Ian.
Absolutely. And also a shout out to another member of the Ian Army. Big up to Ian Ferguson. He's absolutely delighted with this point, and I can see him in the chat. Big up to you, Ian Ferguson. Dark Sun G21. Kulu loves playing at the Etihad. 3 goals and 2 assists. Never thought that Kulusevski could actually be somebody that might be the new, what would you say, kind of Pep torturer, right? Pep, he's talked about Sonny in the past. Sonny has been a tormentor of his, and now maybe Kulusevski is one of the tormentors. And even in one of the games that we had played, I remember when Pep was asked about Kulusevski, right? Didn't he sort of make that sort of face and like expression? He was like, wow, what a player. And I think we were sort of saying, all right, easy now, Pep, take your eyes off of him. Don't get any ideas of taking him away from us or anything. But Kulusevski was also terrific, I think, defensively today, Dark Sun G. He works so hard off the ball, and he is actually one of the strongest guys on the pitch. Everybody loves to talk about how Kulu doesn't have any sort of pace, doesn't have that burst of acceleration that he did, but he has the strength, man. Like, he just shoves guys off of the ball, and he gets stuck in more than most players do in his position. He's just a unique player. He's just unique. That's what it is.
Do you know what, Jack? I completely agree with you on this. For me, look, wishful thinking, right? You want them to be 6'4", like an Adonis, built like an Adonis, just like Kulu is, with pace. That's the ideal player. However, people need to get to grips. We didn't sign Mbappe, We signed Kulusevski. And, we have to get to grips. Yeah, it's ideal for him to have pace, but at the end of the day, if you don't have pace, you use your strength and your size to your advantage. And he does that, I'd argue, to a world-class ability.
Yeah, you're right. And there's so few players in his position that sort of offer the strength. Most players offer the pace, but he offers something different. And he's recently especially been taking advantage of it. Been seeing much better performances from Kulusevski. Been one of the more consistent players, I would say, in the last few games, for sure. Big up to Dark Sundry. Great spot. Yeah.
I just want to say, Jack, I also think Kulusevski deserves a bit of praise because, we've seen before, right? Players being played out of position, and the first excuse for them is, oh, so they're not natural there.
Yeah.
The last couple of games, Kulu's played through the middle and being switched out wide, and has played equally as good in both positions in the both games. So, it goes back to the point that I always say, Jack, if you're good enough and and you understand football, you're technically good enough, you can play across multiple positions or certainly fill in multiple positions. And the versatilities that he's starting to display deserves massive credit for, because this is a guy that took a lot of stick last year. A lot of questions whether Spurs should sign him or not in the summer. And even this season started off well, but people getting frustrated with the lack of end product, which I fully empathize with. I fully understand. However, he's starting to deliver.
Yeah.
And you know what? He steps up in big games, Jack, and that's the mark of a player.
Certainly is. And loving some of the comments here in and around Darkson G. King Hoddle saying, and that is why this is the best league in the world. Adrian Shroka saying, typical Spursy performance, LOL. Yeah, exactly, Adrian. Mr. Nick saying, I love this team. Eddie Gonzalez saying, the fact that Holland didn't get carded at all this game is crazy. Big up to Next Level English saying, Emerson haters, where are you at? Decent performance from Emo at times. I must say, he did still scare me on a couple occasions. He did still scare me. Big up to Ian Ferguson. Davies and Royale kept Holland from scoring. It's amazing to even say that out loud, I'll be perfectly honest. And Martin Knightsbridge said, well-earned point by Ange in his sleeping bag. I think he's talking about the jacket he's wearing. Yeah, Dave, you want that one?
I love it, lad. Honestly, I'd love it to be on the club shop in the size that Ange has it in as well, because them sizes are not on the club shop for some reason. You don't make them for bigger guys like me. And look, the obvious answer is go and lose weight, Dave. However, big guys should be allowed to have nice coats like that too, Jack. It's unbelievable, and I love it. If you look at our imagery for the pre-match build-up, I have a picture of it in that coat. It suits him. And look, keep wearing that coat, because when he wears that coat, we win.
It's like a caterpillar, It's like a caterpillar sort of type of Tottenham jacket of some kind. It looks very cozy. I have this one that I've had this one from middle school, Martin Knightsbridge. This one has been able to keep me warm for plenty of periods. This is one of the first ever Spurs garments I've actually ever even owned of any kind. And I've somehow, to this day, still kept it with me. It's an OG of the sort of Spurs puffies. Love a good Spurs puffy. Big up to you, my man, Martin Knightsbridge. Adrian Chi saying, hope you lads enjoyed today's script. Great stream. Thank you, Adrian, for making the scripts what they are. They're always ridiculous. They're always crazy. They're never easy to predict. They're never easy to understand. I've given up on so many occasions to try to even get any sort of idea of what your script will be, of how it will unfold or anything. But Adrian, appreciate your support, my man. Thank you for always making the streams enjoyable. Thanks for being a part of the match days, as you always do. And yeah, my man, enjoy your weekend. I mean, what a ridiculous performance. What a crazy result, I must be honest. And big up to Keith Edwards. Yeah, Dave.
I was just going to say in response to Adrian Chi, and, you were saying there about everybody joining us, Jacko, and all that sort of jazz, But look, these are doing the streaming and stuff like that. When we put a result out of the bag that no one expects, and we get the joy that we deserve, we have enough time to be down, over the last few years, but all what we've gone through, stuff like today make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I can hear that. I can definitely hear that. And as well, we have Iceman. Good to see you, Iceman. And Simon Hooper, we trust. Get that man a beer. Absolutely love that, Iceman. Jason Bell saying, could have been better. Absolutely should have been worse, but I'll take it. I mean, we got away with it on a couple of occasions, Jason. Like I said, I don't think Spurs were the better team at all for the majority of this game. But there were moments where we had to hold strong, and there were moments where we actually did have to put up more of an effort in trying to, cause City problems and make them think about us. And we did, actually. We gave them some moments where they had to be worried, had some spells here and there where, we were creating things and causing them a bit of trouble. And that's how you sort of buy yourself time in a game. It was a game where if we just kept giving the ball away, kept turning it over in the way that we were in our own half, we were just going to eventually just concede more and more and more. But in the second half, we had a bit more control in the game. Not saying we did control the game, but we had it a little bit more control, had a bit more solidity in possession, weren't giving away the ball in such bad areas, and that sort of bought us time. And then the more that we kept holding out with some decent defending from Emerson and Davies, we got ourselves that time to get some miraculous equalizers. And it also took, certain players to take those chances, right? Gio Lo Celso took that chance out of nothing. Wasn't even much of a chance really to begin with. And the same thing with Kulusevski, was not really much of a chance to begin with. And you probably expected Ake to finish that, clear that, but Kulusevski goes in and finishes it. And it takes a lot of different moving parts to beat a team like Man City, but Spurs are capable of it. We're capable of miracles against this team. Absolutely, Jason. And I think that's sort of, it's something that does have to be remembered. It's not like this was a terrific performance from, minute, 1 to 90. There were definitely moments where we were very worried about how this game was going to unfold. There were some scary moments in this game, but we got away with it at certain times. They gave us some gifts, but towards the end of the game, we gave them a gift. So you could say almost all's fair. All's fair. Also, we absolutely played with far fewer weapons to our disposal, and we did not play with nearly as full strength of a team. So it's almost like all's fair, I would say, Jason Bell, really, to Man City. Almost cry more, really, if they're upset about it.
Oh, and they will cry more. I've no doubt Pep Guardiola will have a go at the referee for blowing back the free kick when your man was onside running through. But look, Jack, you earn your look, and I would say, Jason, as well, my man, that, look, it was never, ever going to be a perfect performance. Look at the back line we're playing with, makeshift. Midfield that we're playing with, makeshift, Forward line we're playing with. How many of them would actually be starters when we have everybody fit? So it's never, ever going to be perfect. But what I wanted to see from this team today was commitment to the cause. A never say die attitude. I'm willing to put absolutely every ounce of energy on that pitch. And I got that in the second half. And when Spurs do that, we're not an easy match for anybody.
No, definitely not. And we can punish teams in a variety of ways when it comes to going forward. And Kulusevski showed that we offer that sort of that physical threat as well. Big up to Jason Bell, though. Really do appreciate the extra support, my man, and all the different ways that you do. And being one of the many people that do join us on these watch-alongs and on these match days. Dark Sun G saying, just like 2 seasons ago, we got a result after 3 defeats in a row. And this is where Spurs fans were nervous, right? Because we didn't have all the players that we needed available to really have any sort of confidence already off of the back of 3 defeats. And after the Aston Villa game, where it felt like we actually didn't even play all that bad, but we still ended up losing, gives even a bit more worry about this game, where I was just sort of like, geez, like we kind of needed a sort of a result there if we were going to go into this game with any sort of confidence. But Spurs kept their head, Dark Sun G, somehow. And also the Man City luck and the Man City miracles just keep happening. It's really terrific to have them as, of all the teams, Dave, to have as, of all the teams to, be, where we can just rock up and get a win or rock up and get a result. It's a great team to have where we can just do that with Man City. It's quite funny.
Well, look, Jack, it gives you an advantage going into the season, I think, personally, because, they do say in order to qualify for top 4, you have to beat the teams and you have to pick up some results from teams in and around there, especially inside the top 4. And, with City, you would say it's borderline becoming a guaranteed 4 points every season at this point. So, for me, it's absolutely brilliant, Look, I'm just absolutely buzzing. I just can't get over how we got away with that, how we got out of there with something. Because even in the predicted lineup, Jack, the amount of not abuse, it's not abuse, it's hard to call it banter, but people saying, oh, you've got no clue, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I hope you're all watching. Eat it. Come on, I'm absolutely buzzing. Talk about I've no clue. I've been saying all week, Jack. All week I've been saying, when everyone expects Tottenham to get hammered is when we always pull a result out of the bag. And what did we do today? We pulled one out of the bag. Pull a rabbit out the hat, baby.
Let's pull some rabbits out of the hat again. Maybe it's future games. Need more miracles. I would love to go on a bit of a run here. Maybe pick up some more results as more players return, right, from injury, from suspension, back into the flow of things. Chris, good to see you in the house, Chris. Hopefully you're keeping well. He's just keeping it down as the moderator, and I just seen him in the chat, and I didn't see you earlier during the game. So big up to you, Chris. Hopefully you're absolutely buzzing after this result, my man. And he says, seems like Lo Celso out to prove himself. Pleasing to see. Definitely Gio off the back of, I wouldn't say he was terrible at all, like, during the game. And I don't think he was terrific either. He was sort of kind of in the middle. Like, he had an all right game. He was okay in possession. Didn't detract, I think, at all. But he just took that chance and saved us, really. Like, he gave us the result at that stage. He brought us back into the game and stood up and got us a moment and took it really well. I didn't even think he had a terrific game or anything, but it really was a moment where he just stood up and, really brought us, a chance. And I was really actually just distraught by, the moment when Basuma sort of gave it away. But it was amazing, I think, to see Kulu then grab it. It's just a lot of miracles. And Lo Celso was part of one of those miracles for sure, Chris. Good to see you in the house, my man, as always. And Dark Sun G with the super chat. Or sorry, not Dark Sun G. We're getting to Neil Shafton, then Dark Sun G. Neil Shafton, good to see you, sir. Always good to see you, my friend. With a few comments saying the power of Postecoglou cannot be denied. Once again, kryptonite. And he also says, with his 25 months of membership as an elite member as well. Thank you for your service, Neil. Absolute member of the Mount Rushmore of Spurs, of Eris Army members. And he's saying, do not forget that Vicario kept us in this game. He was all right in possession today. I think he had some moments where he just kept his cool, kept his composure. One of the saves that I do remember that was terrific was that outside the foot shot. I think it was from Bernardo Silva, and he stuck out that hand. That was a terrific save, actually, and it was a real crack save after he actually, I think, had given it away. But Dave, any moments from Vicario that you can pick out from today? We also know he's a better leader, actually, than, at least in my opinion, Lloris was, because we get so much more communication from Vicario, and you see that he does have a sort of a focus to him and an intensity to him that we do need sometimes in games like this.
Yeah, look, I think the praise for Vicario maybe the last few weeks hasn't been there because the amount of goals we shit, but it's not down to him, right? It's down to the makeshift backline that we've got in front of him that we're shipping so many. But make no mistake about it, he's been absolutely fantastic since he stepped in. Look, Jack, you went early on it last year, and I know it wasn't a very popular opinion because of the longevity of Hugo Lloris and stuff like that. And I also backed you with it. But it's been night and day. With Hugo Lloris, he wasn't saving anything, but also with his feet, he was just becoming absolutely horrendous with them. I remember a couple of goals against Arsenal. He just pumps it 50 yards up in the air, 50 feet long. Arsenal take it down, run back, score a couple of times. A couple of times the ball was played back to him. He's got his feet muddled up. And he was just declining as a goalkeeper. And I'm so glad that finally we got the issue sorted. Look, it should have been done the season before that when he signed, or 2 years ago when he signed that new contract. But look, we're finally hearing it now, Jack. And, Vicario does both. Not only is he a great shot stopper, and what I love about him, he's so agile. He's so clued in, and I think that's what helps him make some of these crack saves. It's also how good he is with the feet. It's like having an extra sort of defender back there that you can just pass the ball back to and relieve a bit of pressure. I'd argue some of the Spurs players should have done that a bit more today. At times they got caught and made themselves look silly. However, he's been absolutely phenomenal since we signed him. And look, people shouldn't forget, that 10-game run that we went on. He was absolutely superb in that 10-game run, pulling out some big saves in the biggest games, and he done another couple again today.
Yeah, and that's a good point there that you make. And Neil Shafton, like Dave brought up there, I've been waiting for a guy like Vicario to come in for some time now, and it's a good point that he brings up there. Big up to you, Neil Shafton, and very nice of you to point out Vicario's sort of performances. As Dave sort of mentioned, maybe in recent games with the goals we've been kind of conceding, you don't really think about the goalkeeper all that much, but it's a good point. And Edward in the house, big up to Edward saying, what an effing result. Absolutely right, Edward. And big up to the 25 months of service, Neil Shafton. Really do appreciate you, sir. Dark Sun G with the super chat. Kulu headed that like how Kane did 2 years ago, Dave, for the 4-3. Kulusevski's cross to Kane.
Yeah, very similar. Jack, how long have I been saying that I see so many similarities between Kulu and Kane, right? You know, what was aimed at Kane throughout his career? He's not blessed with pace. But what did Kane do so well? Used his strength to his advantage, which bought him that yard, which helped him outpower people in the air, helped him hold off people. And what was Kane good at? Dribbling while holding off people. And that's exactly what Kulu's brilliant at. Dark Sungji's right. You look at that goal. It mimics that goal from 2 years ago. You know, Kane back post, last minute, bullet header. I'd actually argue Kulu's is a better finish, though.
Kulu's a better finish, Dark Sundry. Let me know. Kane's maybe more powerful, perhaps, but Kulu's is brave. Kane's like you're sort of expecting him to rise up and challenge it, where Kulu kind of comes out of nowhere. I would say it's two different ones, but similar in sort of the bravitas, or just sort of the power and just the way that they did it, and just absolutely rising over the defenders. Did Kane also do it over Ake, Dark Sunji? I bet you're a guy that would know. Did Kane jump over Ake for the goal? Which Man City defender did he jump over? Could have been Kyle Walker. I think it might have been Kyle Walker, but whatever. Absolutely love Kulusevski's performance and love a good header, Dark Sunji. I love a good header. Dark Sunji follows up as well by saying, last season, Lloris cost us 3 points. Vic got us 1 point here. And Neil Shafton is on the same page, as you could tell from earlier, Dark Sunji, in that regard. Vicario has been saving us points this season. I think he's been more and more. I probably said it a few weeks ago, if not a month ago. I sort of felt like when we were winning a lot of games and when we were getting over the line, I felt like he actually was kind of the signing of the season, just because when we needed a guy to pull off a big save, when we needed a guy to sort of keep our win, keep our lead and everything, he's been, really reliable in that area. And also just in possession, right? It's nice to finally have a keeper that we can at least try to play out from the back from against a team like Man City or any other team that tries to press us to the goalkeeper. It's nice to have a guy like Vicario, but Dave brings up a good point from earlier, Dark Sunji, that when you start to lose some games, you kind of forget about the goalkeeper. You lose some of that sort of attention towards him. And I think we're being reminded once again that Vicario is a guy that's he's gonna save us points, if not win us some points in certain games. He's been terrific and one of my favorite signings from the season. Didn't expect it to be one of my favorite signings, but he really has been one of my favorite signings for sure. Love seeing the Vicario praise. Love seeing some Vicario praise. And Martin Knightsbridge saying, my missus is a ginger. Hope she don't headbutt me like Kulu headed that ball because I'd be in trouble. Martin, he's off in España. I'd say go and enjoy yourself with the missus. Go have some drinks. Go have some, what is it, Modelo or Estrellas. I think Estrellas that you have over there, right? Some of those. San Miguel's, those can be nice, Martin, but really, man, enjoy yourself, sir. Ooh, very nice touch, Dave. Dave's added a man of the match, so please head that into the poll as well. Very well done. But Dave, Martin Knightsbridge, saying his missus doesn't headbutt him like that. He hopes he doesn't, or he hopes she doesn't.
I hope not. I mean, that'd knock you out. Probably put you in a coma, my man. Definitely give you a concussion for sure. The power that was in Kulu's header, my man. He's having some time of it. He's back from the MotoGP. And then sits down for the City game. Gets a nice result today. Big up, Martin. Hopefully, Spain is treating you well, my man. And I just can't get over what an absolute header. And do you know what? It came from nowhere. Brennan Johnson. He got on the ball, and I remember screaming, do something. You've done nothing all game. Whips in a ball. And, like we've done many times this season, good balls coming in, haven't had anybody on the air, ended them. And the next thing I look around, and there's just Felix, like a phoenix rising through the ashes, looks at Ake, get out my way, you little pussy. Boom, in the back of the net. What a finish, Martin. What a finish. Just quickly, everybody, please get your vote in for the man of the match. I've put Kulu Sexy in there. Pedro Porro, who I thought was absolutely brilliant up against Jeremy Doku today. One player I was very afraid of. He done a brilliant job. I put the referee in there, Simon Hooper. Dig this out at the end. And I've also put Lo Celso in there as well. So they're your picks.
Yeah, and it was, again, like we sort of brought up, there was periods of the game where Spurs were good, but was there anyone that was really terrific for the whole 90 minutes? I wouldn't say four. You couldn't name four players that were terrific for the whole 90 minutes. I'd say Kulu, maybe. Like, Kulu was hardworking throughout the game, and he probably deserves the man of the match. But it was one of those performances where it wasn't like there was 10 guys that jump off the sheet or anything like that. That's for sure. And
Mm.
Martin Knightsbridge, I hope the missus couldn't put in a headbutt like that, because like Dave said, I think you'd be knocked clean out if she could. Dark Sun G says Holland should be ashamed. He failed to score versus Davies. Yeah, Emerson has locked him down. Davies has locked him down. Dyer has locked him down. Romero has locked him down. I mean, Holland, Dave, he's getting frustrated, and he ripped off his man bun even. That's how frustrated he got. He stormed away with his hair loose and
I can't
everything.
believe the sitter he missed.
He missed 2
Yeah,
sitters,
look, he
at
wants
least.
to be the blonde Tarzan, doesn't he? I just can't believe he missed that opportunity in the first half. That ain't like him, you know. And funny enough, he's the guy we were all afraid of coming into this game. You know, we were like, oh, him up against Davies and Emerson, he's going to bang a hat-trick. He's going to bang 4. He didn't bang anything. You know, he wouldn't bang anything in a brothel if he tried on a Friday night. So, you know, I absolutely love it, Jack. Look, we knew we'd need a bit of lady luck, right? We knew we'd need someone to have an off day. And thank God it's that Tarzan up front.
It's amazing to see him get so frustrated by probably what is maybe the easiest backline he could try to score against, this season. To see him get that angry afterwards, it's like, I think you should be looking a bit more at yourself after this game, Erling. Yeah. I don't think for him to get so frustrated, it's sort of like, I think you could probably look a bit more internally maybe next time, Mr. Holland. But yeah, pretty embarrassing. I'd be ashamed as well. And then Dark Sun G saying Kulu's goals this season, besides the Blues, have got us points. So the goals that he has scored have been crucial in grabbing us wins.
One against Bournemouth wasn't there. It wasn't our winner against Bournemouth. One at City got us a point. And where's the other one? I think he's got 3 goals this season, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he's spot on. You know, they have, and look, this, you know, again, it's another mark of a good player, right? Stands up, scores goals in important moments. You know, I was worried when Kane went because I was trying to make a genuine point about, you know, Kane's equalizers and winners that he got last year. But because I think everyone was in such a hurry just to sort of get rid of him for one reason or another, I don't think anyone really sort of took on the point I was trying to make. But Kulu's stepping up. He's delivering goals in vital moments, just like Kane used to do. So, fair play. And look, Sonny's been doing it as well. So, fair play to them. They're stepping up, you know.
Dark Sun G confirming as well to me from earlier that Kane's header actually was versus Walker. I'm very proud of myself on that one, Dark Sun G. It must be, seems like one that I was finally able to get maybe just as quick as you would, because you and KPV and so many people are part of that Spurs trivia team. You guys are the Spurs trivia masters.
You know what?
I'm surprised I
got that one. Thinking about it, Jacko, just thinking about that goal, right? It's sort of justice served because Gvardiol's tackle was way worse than what Romero done against Chelsea. At least Romero cleared the ball for us. This guy was reckless. His foot was high, a lot higher than Romero's, and left something on skip, only given a yellow. Pep knew he was lucky, so he hauled him off, brought on Ake. Well, thank you for that, master stroke. So we sort of earned it, I would say. I think we deserve it because Gvardiol should have been sent off.
And a bit annoying that even Pep can just, take off a center back and throw in another center back sort of at left back, just sort of rubbing it in. And then we just sort of punish him for it, I guess. The oldies with the super chat, big up to you, saying the question really needs to be asked. What is actually going on with Basuma right now? He started out the season looking like an absolute Superman. Hill was miserable. He may just need more game time, ? On Hill, plenty of people know we love Hill Messi. We give him a lot of support here, but it was an underwhelming game from him. If I were to give him any excuse, that's not really an excuse, but if you're just to add some context to it, I think coming up against Kyle Walker isn't easy. Let's not pretend that he was coming up against an easy defender of any kind. He needed to be on his game, and he needed to have sort of his touch, his decision-making, everything sort of really sharp and on par, because if you're not really the most athletic player coming up against Kyle Walker, you kind of have to be smarter than Kyle Walker. And the issue is Kyle Walker is very athletic, very smart defender. He kind of has it all. He sort of has everything in his locker to sort of lock you down and make it really difficult for you. And Hill just didn't seem like he was at his best today. And if you're not at your best against Kyle Walker, you're going to be made look to be pretty easy. You're going to be made to look kind of like lunch against a guy like him. And sad to say that about Hill. I like praising him, but he didn't have the greatest of games. And on Basuma, maybe, Dave, how about you take that one, right? He looked like Superman in the beginning of the season, even expressions, right? Some of the things he was saying about Basuma in the beginning of the season. I wonder what expressions might be thinking about Basuma now, because, yeah, it's hard to show him as much praise in recent games because he hasn't been that great recently.
No, he hasn't, Jack, and this is what disappoints me, the sending off against Luton for diving, stupid. Comes back a couple of games, didn't put in any great shifts whatsoever, and then suspended, comes back in today, and you're looking at, and especially when I was looking at, I'm like, okay, Basuma, I'd argue you owe us a performance. Go out there and show us, what we've been missing, Go out there and show that them suspensions are behind you and because I was looking at it and I was like, if we want to get anything out of this game or we want to go and win this game, he has to be in top form. And what I cannot forgive is when you do it in the first half, you get away with it, and then do the exact same thing in the second half. Once we've clawed our way back into the game, knowing the mammoth task, knowing he's got a pass out there to Højbjerg, refuses to do it and cuts inside. And what's so frustrating about it, it was an easily preventable goal if he just done the simple. He already done the hard work. All he had to do is let out to Højbjerg. We decided to take on way too much. And especially with Ben Davies and Emerson there, you're not going to get away with it. If you had Van de Ven defending that side with his pace, you would have got away with it. But not with Ben Davies and Emerson behind you. You just simply cannot take them risks. He should have seen it. There's 3 players swarming him, and it's utterly frustrating. What's going on with him? I'll be honest, I don't know, because he should be fresher than everybody else out there after having a couple of weeks off, with suspensions and a couple of games missed with suspension and stuff like that. I'll be honest, I sort of seen signs of it in there. I can't remember what game it was, Jack, but I was pointing out to, was it Liverpool game? He completely slowed down the play. Højbjerg came on and quickened it up, and we ended up going and getting that winner because of it. With Basuma, I'm not sure whether he's got carried away with all the hype, all the praise, everything else around him, because let's not forget, it wasn't only the fans and stuff, it was inside the club. Postecoglou continuously bigging up.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, has he got a bit carried away with himself, that he just thinks he's absolutely brilliant now, and no matter what he does, fans are going to love him.
If you're looking for a theory, that would be, like, it's hard because you're kind of having to look for a theory, right? And because it's confusing. It's kind of happened all of a sudden and out of nowhere.
It's such a drop-off, Jack.
Yeah.
It's the caliber of the drop-off.
It's the caliber of the drop-off, and it's unexpected in the manner in which it's happened. So you just don't really know, like, what was the cause or what's the root or anything to it. So good questions from you both, oldies, I'll be honest. And Hill, I have an easier answer to when it comes to Kyle Walker. Basuma, not so much. Yeah, Dave.
No, look, also, when it comes to Basuma, we also have to remember, I don't think he trusts Emerson or Davies with the ball, so he's trying. This is maybe the only thing I can come up with. That I think maybe he's tried too much today because he didn't trust Emerson and Davies on the ball. Whereas before, when he had Romero and Van de Ven back there, he knew he could pop that ball off them. They could run with it, or they could, get that ball and present it playing forward. Whereas I don't think he trusts Emerson and Davies, and that could have something to do with it. Because believe me and you, like, trust in football is a massive thing. If you don't trust someone, you're very likely going to ignore them as an option and look to play it to someone else all the time. That might have a little something to do with it. That's the best explanation I can give.
It's hard, especially post-match as well sometimes, as you can tell people, to even make sense of the game or to try to answer sometimes, some of the questions, difficult questions like that. It is hard. Great questions from you, oldies. Darkson G saying, if we used Dyer, we would have lost 7-2. God Ange for the win. Dave Ange, the God Ange. We're going to be praying to him in some capacity for the rest of these games because he's pulled off a miracle like many Spurs managers have. But Ange, he joins the list, Dave. He joins the list of managers that pulled off miracles against Man City. But he's our God. He's our Ange.
What a legend. You just have to forget about that name altogether, Dyer, and get rid of it. I mean, the fact that it was brought up in the press conference and presented like we need him for set pieces, like he's this god from set pieces. The guy's useless. He's been a part of the problem the last 4 years from set pieces. He was the mainstay at centre-back. But because he's 6'4" and he's bigger, taller than Emerson and Davies, now all of a sudden we're posing questions about getting him back in because of his height. Is this really where we're at? I mean, what a waste of a question. Put me or you in there, Jack. You would have had a 10 times better question. I would have asked one of the questions on the pre-match build-up. After 13 games, we had so many wins, so many draws and losses, the exact same where we were under Antonio Conte. And tell me what's different this time. No, we want to go and ask questions about getting Dyer back in the team. When are people going to learn? When he plays, we lose because he's shit. He's shit on the ball and he's shit defensively. I just loved the fact that Ange just shut it down straight away. People need to learn. Ange doesn't want him here. He was happy to let him go in the summer. So let's just forget about the guy and move forward.
I would have cast that journalist the meanest of looks if he interrupted me just to ask that fucking question. I would have lost my mind if I was the journalist, because he interrupted another journalist to ask that question. I would have cast him the meanest look if he had done that to ask a question about Eric Dyer, for of all people. But God, Ange, even him dropping him to the bench just like that, Dark Sun G, in the manner in which he did it, I don't believe in the injury. I think it's actually he's just found a way to do it and just has gone for it. And he's a brave man. He's a brave man, Dark Sun G. He also says as well, this is the best game versus City in a while, playing attacking football between Hwang, Hee-chan, and Son. They got 1 point against City this season. Laugh my ass off. This was our second team. Pep got schooled. Dark Sun G, I know you have the rivalry with, of course, the outlad with Liverpool, but I'm not a Man City fan. I love taking points off of them. Really do like, just upsetting their day, right? One of the oil city rich clubs that sort of get everything their way have, gotten away with a bunch of, different sort of financial sort of stuff as well, right? Spurs are being put under investigation before City, right? Even also, too, some of the decisions they might get being, sort of the league leaders, sort of everybody's darlings. It's just a bit of a, yeah, it's nice to just sort of upset them. It's nice to, give them a bit of a schooling. Nice to make Pep continue to sort of claw his hair out anytime that he comes up against Man City. And Hwang Hee-chan and Sonny have caused them some torment. Very good to see. Very nice to hear.
Both teams that worked incredibly hard against them. It's the great equalizer. And I've always said it. If you're coming up against a team with talent, you've got to work fucking bloody hard, and you have to be prepared to outrun them, outwork them, outfight them. Wolves done that. They set the example. I'd also argue, City aren't the juggernaut that many people make them out to be this year. Drop points at Wolves, drop points. Who has dropped points against Arsenal? Drop points against Chelsea. And there's another team in there as well. They got knocked out of the cup by Newcastle, and they've dropped points to here today. And all this does is just keeps us, up there until we get players back. So absolutely brilliant. Delighted for Son to score today. I knew he would. I was looking at the stats before the game. Outside of Mo Salah and Jamie Vardy, he scored the most goals against Man City in the Premier League. So I'm absolutely buzzing for him. But look, City are a disgrace. They're that short of putting the stock exchange prices on the advertising hoardings. I said, Jack, all we had to do was rock up there, Renewable Energy FC, Green Energy as a sponsor on the badge. Oil-rich City are always going to be scared of that because it counteracts where their money comes from. I'm just buzzing to get out of it. I actually didn't think they had a fan base until I woke up this morning and seen some of their comments underneath the pre-match build-up, which I've gone back and checked. Or not the pre-match build-up, the predicted lineup, which I've gone back and checked. And some of them have deleted them, by the way, but don't worry, I've screenshotted them. I'll find you on Twitter. But they came out crowing, going to smash you 4-0, this, that, and the other. When are you going to learn? You're not the same team this year.
What if Ange Ball is a form of renewable energy, and if that's the way that we can destroy the Man City in the future? Solar-powered Ange energy. 2J, good to see you, 2J. And he's thrown in a super chat saying, hey guys, has anyone mentioned yet that we could have actually won this match had Bissouma not been a complete idiot? We sort of tried to say it in the watch-along. Like, I think if you see Dave and I's reaction, like, we pretty much straight away sort of, like, even when Bissouma loses it, like, Dave and I straight away were like, geez, no, Bissouma, please, no, why, what are you doing? And it ended up being just how we envisioned it. It was pretty much an easy tap-in, an easy goal for Man City. It was a suicidal pass, suicidal sort of touch and everything from him. It cost us, really. And I was frustrated with Bissouma. It's hard for me to be completely angry with him because he's been really great for us this season. But I agree with the question earlier from Oldies in that, yeah, of recent, I mean, he hasn't been the same player at all. And it maybe has some sort of cause for concern. And there could be an argument that the way that Spurs started to turn things around after Lo Celso's goal, even kind of before Lo Celso's goal, started like just sort of the shift in the game, the shift in the balance kind of was starting to level out a bit more. And Basuma giving them that gift, it's a huge blow, and it made it sort of impossible, it
Would
felt
you
like,
be
to
more
get back
angry,
into the
Jack?
game. Yeah. Yeah.
Jack, let me ask you, would you be more angry? Let me double down for you, 2J, on this one. Because I agree with 2J on this one. Would you be more angry if we didn't get that third goal? I think it would have been highlighted a lot more. I think
Yeah.
maybe that's what, you know,
He's getting away with it.
I would be a lot more angry with Basuma if we didn't get that equalizer.
One could say that he could be getting away with it now that we've grabbed the point, and maybe that's what 2J is sort of touching on here, right? That he if we hadn't grabbed that equalizer, like, we would be all over Basuma. But now that we have grabbed the equalizer, we haven't really spoken about him maybe as much as some people think we have. I think we've had a good fair balance of it so far, at least, but maybe in general around sort of the Spurs universe, you might not be seeing enough conversation sort of about Basuma, 2J. But yeah, I agree with that. Like, had we not gotten over the line, or maybe we didn't get the result that we wanted, probably a lot of attention would be on him. And it's not like he did anything to get us back into the game, to get us that third goal anyway. So there is something to be said about that for sure. Big up to you, 2J. And I appreciate the hot takes from people so far. I appreciate, the people bringing up some good thought-provoking things. Adrian Chia saying, for once, Walker was beaten, and it led to our equalizer. And we need Kyle Walker to, I guess, show some sign of he needs to be fallible eventually. He needs to show some sign that he's human, just like Erling Haaland. I guess today Erling Haaland showed that he is in fact human. Kyle Walker showed today that he is in fact human. Against Brian Hill, he looked like just an unfair defender to be lined up against, but towards the end of the game, we started to make some cracks in his armor. That's for sure. Big up to Adrian Chia. He's the best right back I've ever seen in a Spurs shirt. He is. He's the best right back I've ever seen in a long time in my lifetime. And sometimes you get reminded of that, Kyle Walker. You do. And I'm glad that we still caused him some trouble for sure.
I'd argue Porro was equally as impressive up against Doku, by the way. A player I thought, I was saying, I was thinking there before this game, Pedro Porro's been absolutely brilliant so far this season defensively. Has asked a lot of questions surrounding him from the summer. What I was worried about today with Doku, with the form of game, the only stiff he got was when he ran out on Ben Davies, and Ben Davies allowed him to shoot. Apart from that, Porro got tight, didn't allow him to do anything. Brilliant from Porro.
No.
Who knows? Maybe we have the new Walker.
Porinator, Dave. That's what we have. The Porinator. Dark Sun G saying Ake lost them 2 points. Laughed my ass off. Pep made a sub howler. Gavardiol. I feel like he's not been as convincing for City this season, playing in that left back position as maybe I thought he'd be. Ake, I actually think, has been really good for them of recent. Yeah. When I've watched them, he's been terrific for them. And Gavardiol, I've been sort of less convinced by. I think Gavardiol's a terrific player. But it was a funny substitution there. And Ake somehow was able to gift us the points. But he's been terrific for them, I must say. I did not expect him to get out, especially to be sort of out-muscled, just taken advantage of by Kulusevski. It was really great to see. Just a real, again, bravery shown from Kulu. Darkson G follows up by saying 2 points earned from the Emirates and the Etihad with Ange. Come on, you Spurs. I mean, his record against the top sides has been all right, except for the Chelsea game. He's put up good fights against these top sides. We've been able to go toe-to-toe with them.
Beat United. Beat Liverpool. Took a point at the Emirates. Unlucky on our day. Could have took all three.
Yep.
Chelsea, we were absolutely destroying them until they're sending off on Varu in the game. And then today, talk about getting points off the big teams. Ange Postecoglou has delivered in nearly every single one of them games. And let's be brutally honest. Coming into this season, no one would have given us a hope against any of them teams. No.
In previous seasons, too, we weren't even laying a glove on these teams, actually, when we were actually coming up against them. They were just outplaying us, outpacing us, just every department they would destroy us. And now we're actually getting it done, and we're actually able to go toe-to-toe with them. It's brilliant to see, Dark Sun G. Edward saying Gio is really looking like a new player. Dave, I know you're not assigning an apology form anytime soon, but another week passes, another Gio goal. Maybe, I don't know, a few months down the line, we'll get closer to that apology form.
Yeah, look, just quickly, one last thing to Dark Sung G before I answer that one, Jack. Look, Dark Sung G, let me know. Do you think it's down to the style of football and our work rate? I think we work harder than all them teams, and that's why we've got results. Let me know. But Jack, look, when it comes to Gio, you know me, I'm not afraid to eat humble pie when I'm wrong whatsoever. In fact, I like it, just dish it up with custard. But look, for me, great strike against Villa, another great strike today. And look, Jack, he's slowly starting to change my thoughts on him a little, and this is all I've ever wanted. This is all I've said I've ever wanted is him to put a run of games together. He's done two. Like I said, after the first game or when he was getting running team, I want to see it all the way up until Christmas. But yeah, maybe I'm starting to think maybe he can stick around. Maybe he can stay around. But it is a different, there is difference. Is he a player that has to be starting every week to get the best out of him? Because when Basuma comes back, or when Bentancur comes back, when Sarr's back, Madison's
a lot
back,
of competition.
He will have to take his place up on the bench again. And I'd argue he hasn't been great off the bench this season when we've relied on him as a substitution. So he ain't out of the woodworks yet, but he's turned up, which is all I've ever wanted from him in the first place. That's why I get annoyed with these players. I don't get annoyed with these players because I don't like their character or like them as human beings. In fact, I think majority of them, have always been good people at Tottenham, this, that, and the other. But where I do get annoyed is when they don't put it in. It's all I've ever asked for them to do. It's what you pay to do. So fair play to them.
Yeah.
The white flag ain't out yet, but it's slowly starting to rise.
One could even, this might be a silly reason to bring Hotspur again, but one could say Gio has been better as a starter than Hotspur has, but Hotspur has been better as an impact sub than Gio has. Like, Hotspur has come into games and has impacted games and has been, ready. You've sometimes said, Dave, certain subs, they don't seem ready when they come into the game. Hotspur looks more ready to make an immediate impact, whereas Lo Celso hasn't when we've asked him to. But and at times when Hotspur has started, has left sometimes a bit to be desired in certain areas, whereas Gio is starting to show he warms into the game, gets into the game, and is showing up in big moments like that one. So maybe some food for thought in that one. Big up to Ray Martin sending in his first ever super chat. I'm going to try my best, Ray, to get to you as soon as possible. I'm just kind of a bit behind here at the moment, but I do see you, Ray, and really do appreciate your support, my man. And it's a very funny comment as well, actually, on the luck maybe of Eric Dyer. It's a very good one, Ray, but appreciate you. And just let you know that I do see you. Edward in the chat saying Gio is really looking like a new player, though. And yeah, I agreed there, Gio. I think he's starting to show maybe some of the signs of the players or the sign of the player that a lot of people who are big Gio fans have sort of spoke about. He has a bit of a cult fan base, I'll be honest. And maybe they're starting to at least see some of that. They're at least on a more consistent basis. Mark member for 7 months, Flat Cat member, will do special things under Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, look, I think we will. I think
We'll do something special, I think is probably what he meant to say. We'll do something special things under Postecoglou.
Yeah, we will. Look, it will come down to squad depth, but what I will say, it does look like Ange is at least handling the adversity better than other managers we've had in the past. And at least he's trying different things rather than, sending them out to do the exact same thing. He's trying to dip in and out personnel. But look, for any manager to take this club onto glory, they need the help from the board. They need a full squad of players to pick from. They're like Jack, how many times have we tried to bring this to the Spurs fan base about the certain patterns that keep cropping up where we keep dropping off? And it's down to the squad depth. It's the only thing it can't be down to. When Premier League, League Cup, European football, all the come fast, we pick up injuries, suspensions, which is natural. But we don't have the quality or the strength and depth to come in and keep that going. So, look, Ange will do special things, but it also comes down to him continuing to get backed and help from the board. Like Jurgen Klopp, he was always going to do special things at Liverpool as long as they backed him. And that's what they've done. They never questioned them. They just continued to back him. What do you need? What do you need? We'll get it. So if Ange wants to do what he done at Celtic or try and replicate it, he will need more help in the transfer market. We can't expect the manager just to come in here and go, that's what you've got to work with, make it happen. It's never going to happen like that. It's going to take continued investment. But one thing that I think we walk away from this difficult period is that his style, the way he wants to play, the work rate he gets out of the players, it's effective and it works. Now let's just go and give him the players that he needs with strength and depth.
And Dark Sun G following up saying, of course, since we play offensive football, our defense are tested less often. Remember, we used Sanchez, Dyer with Lloris and Winks and Tongi in midfield. I mean, we were practically asking for it in those days, Dark Sun G, right? We were just automatically putting ourselves under pressure with some of those guys in the team with how poor they were in possession. Good point there. And Mark, thank you for 7 months of service, sir, as a Flat Cat member. Really do appreciate anything that you contribute to the community. I know you kind of bring a good sort of vibe as well, like a lot of people do. I think we have a friendly community over here. And I think, Mark, you're absolutely one of those. So really do appreciate your support, my man.
Just quickly. Yeah, big up, Mark, my man. Absolute legend. And, you know, it really does mean a lot. And everybody, you know, who supports us, it's absolutely unbelievable. Look, me and Jack, we're just trying to bring the best sort of Spurs content we can bring. We do try and put a lot of effort and work in, and it really does help with your guys' relentless, unwavering support. So really, really does mean a lot. Big yourself up, Mark. Jack, I think you might have missed one or two there. Neil Shafton, here's some pocket change for a big can of Heineken. Presumably means Heineken.
Let me see.
There's Mark, or there's Neil Shafton, Edward, and Ugly Fish before.
It's not
Mark's
showing me that one.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just read them out for you. There's only 3. And Neil Shafton says, here's some pocket change for a big can of Heineken. I presume he means I know, Jack.
Yeah, maybe a Heineken, and let me know if that's your beer of choice there, Neil. I don't mind a Heineken. Dutch beer, right? I think I've walked past when I was in Amsterdam for a day or two. I did walk past the brewery, didn't do the tour or anything. But yeah, I don't mind a Heineken. It can be a decent beer. It can be all right. But I must say, I'm kind of thinking more something wintry. It's cold. It's wet. Probably like it was, you know, for the Spurs players out there, thinking, you know, whatever it is that could, you know, warm me up a little bit. It's kind of that sort of season where I'm kind of moving away from the lighter stuff, you know, kind of have to have something a bit darker.
If you've got little cloves and lemon, Jack, go and have a hot whiskey, my man. Bit of brown sugar in there, and away you go. That, you know, Neil Shafton, I'm disappointed Jack doesn't want Heineken. I want the reports of a man running faster than Kyle Walker to the local bodega, my man.
And anything else that I could have missed?
Big up, Neil Shafton. Really appreciate the support, brother. Edward says, Gio is really looking like a new player.
Yeah, I think we got to that one. I think we got to that one.
Okay.
I think we got to that one.
So and then Ugly Fish, I'm loving Big Ange instead.
Don't know if I have that one there. I have after, let me see. I have after Mark, I have if Losasi, I have Chunky Cheeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ugly Fish then says, I'm loving Big Ange instead. Look, I'll be seeing that tonight for sure, my man. I think I've got 2 games to wrap up on Weekend League for the FIFA. You know, I stayed up late Friday getting everything prepared for the weekend and then doubled down to get the Weekend League done because I knew I'd be busy this weekend. But, you know, I'll definitely be having that mellowing out along with some Spurs songs. I'm in a great mood, my man. Big up, Ugly Fish.
Yeah, love it, Ugly Fish. Appreciate your support, and also been with us since the pre-match build-up, if I do recall. Chunky Cheeks saying if Losasi keeps contributing and Cootie comes back, we might start cooking. Lo Celso, if he's a friend of Cootie Romero, and having a happy Lo Celso means we might even have a happier Christian Romero, and also maybe a happy Christian Romero brings out a happier Lo Celso. And Dave even made a joke, I think, at one stage that we saw Lo Celso smile, which is very rare to see. It's not often you get to see Lo Celso smiling on a football pitch, and it might be because he's starting to get some more confidence. And the moment we get Romero back, we don't have to see the very stressful partnership of Emerson and Davies. We get to have the choice of Emerson or Davies next time to partner Romero, and that will already be light years better than what we had today. And yeah, I think Lo Celso could get some more he might have some more confidence, you know, having a guy like Romero into the team, for sure.
Look, what I will say is it is good to see Lo Celso fight, right? You know, it's very easy to, you know, I'm not going to say they listen to me because they don't, but, you know, it's very easy, for instance, say listen to the Irish Hotspur and, you know, listen to the criticism and get down and bitch and moan and everything else, whine, whatever you want to do about it. But the guy looks like he's fighting, and that's all you can ask for. It's all you can ask for. It looks like he's fighting. And look, you know, we've got a good South American contingent there, and I think they will look after him. I think I seen a photo there during the week. What was it? Bentancur, Porro, I think Gill was there, Romero and Lo Celso at Sutton, so they will all look after each other. These clicks do happen, I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
South Americans tend to be very, very sort of clicky at the club. I remember Luis Suarez, Lucas Leiva, and there was someone else at Liverpool, and they couldn't believe they were all friends, and stuff like that, but hang around together and stuff like that. So look, if Gio wants to be a part of it, he'll be very well looked after. He'll have friends. He'll have that support network.
Yeah.
But it's up to him.
But
scoring goals will always do you well.
Still up to him, but he's starting to show some more confidence, Chunky Cheeks, and having maybe some of his fellow compatriots and other sort of guys in the team that, might be part of his clique, certainly could help us. Ash Padmaraj is joining us a bit late, but she's saying, hi, everybody. I've had a few to drink, but with a great point. What a great point. Let's smash West Ham the next time. Come on, you Spurs. Love to hear that, Ash, and I'm glad to see that you're already thinking about the next game after a performance like that, and absolutely enjoy yourself. No shame in having a few, especially after a game like that. Definitely should be, letting loose after that one. Really do appreciate your support always, Ash. Al Ben is in here, and also Chunky Cheeks. Thank you for the comment from earlier. It's a great one, and I like the name Lasasi. I like the name Lasasi. Al Ben says, "If imagine this manager with better players, he has had better players in the beginning of the season, Al, and now he's being tested with not his best weapons available, right? And Ange even said himself, right." This is when managers really do get tested. This is when you do get to see how they can work when under these sort of these tests, these testing times, these strenuous circumstances where they don't have their best 11 to pick from. They have to make things work. They have to plug and play with different sort of players, different positions, make a guy play in a more uncomfortable position so you can maybe get a better output somewhere else in the team and everything, right? And this is when managers, they sort of earn their money in this situation, you could say.
Well, look, Jack, they'll also learn a lot about the squad, right? He'll know exactly into the summer who he can trust if these situations come about, who we can't. So, Ange Postecoglou will learn a lot from this season. And I know people might not want to hear it, but maybe it's a blessing in disguise that it's happened this season, so that next season, we go into it, exactly what we need to do this summer, so that when it does come around next season, we're fully prepared for it, So we just have to get Ange Postecoglou in the dugout to the end of the season. That's been our biggest problem down the last 4 years. I haven't had a manager that is like... Sorry, I get a cough when I get excited, but we haven't had a manager that has lasted one full season in the dugout for the last 4 years. So, it's just about getting Postecoglou to the end of the season in the dugout. But he'll learn a lot from this, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some more drastic changes over the summer, if not January.
And Dark Sun G, big up Alban, great comment, sir. Dark Sun G saying Sheffield goal versus for Kulusevski. Also, City was us last week, failed to score easy chances or crucial chances, and as a result, dropped points. Basuma was rusty. He's kind of following up on the Basuma conversation. Fair point, right? Basuma's been out for a little bit, and so maybe he's just lost a bit of sharpness, lost a bit of that touch, just that confidence, because the way he plays is very risky, and the way he plays is, it's a type of style that almost nobody in the team can really do, and if he's not at his best, he can be risky player, and he can have he can maybe cost us with some of the risks that he likes to take, but we know when he does take them, we are able to open up teams, at a more regular rate. So it's a give and a take for sure. And then Sheffield goal for Kulusevski. That'd be nice to see on the next occasion.
I was missing.
Oh, that's the one we were missing. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal I was missing.
Yeah. And in the case of
what finish as well? Wasn't that the win?
With his right foot, with his right foot. It was a terrific finish. Love that one. Wiped straight through the legs of Richarlison. And also, City were kind of, in a way, us last week. You're right, against Liverpool. They kind of controlled that game for the majority of the game against Liverpool. And then they sort of just didn't take the chances. And then they gave, I guess, Liverpool the chance to come back and sort of have done the same thing to us here, where they didn't really put us away, didn't bury us, and ended up giving us that chance. Darkson, you're actually right.
Yeah, look, it's happened to them a few times this season. Yeah. I know Haaland's scoring a lot of goals, but I'd also argue, I think in certain moments they need to play to Taylor Haaland. because they're today, if they start playing balls in behind our back line for him to get onto, they probably would have got a lot
We
more
would have
joy.
had a
So,
mistake. Yeah.
but look, the greats, I've always said it, even the greats have an off day. Thank God it was today. Thank God.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Holland. Like, if they just maybe played a bit more route one, a bit more direct, maybe we would have made more mistakes. But, don't need to tell Pep Guardiola how to take us over, how to get points against us. Big up to you, Dark Sun G, though, and a very good follow-up about the Basuma as well as the Kulusevski points. And Chunky Cheek saying Hill was not good enough, poor passing, and got out-muscled. He just looked it just did not look like a fair contest between him and Kyle Walker. And I sort of said it earlier, Chunky, I'm not sure if you heard me. He's not going to beat Kyle Walker in sort of the athletic department in terms of muscle, in terms of strength, in terms of pace. And let's be fair here, very few players do. Almost nobody really actually out-muscles Kyle Walker, outpaces Kyle Walker. It's sort of that department that you kind of just have to give up. You have to try something else. And you have to then be smarter than Kyle Walker. You have to sort of outthink him. You have to have that sort of touch ahead, before he anticipates it. You have to make good decisions and not always be running at him and giving the ball away. He just wasn't making great decisions and wasn't playing smart enough, I think, Hill. I don't think he's ever going to out-muscle Kyle Walker. I don't expect him to do that. I expect very few players to ever do that. But he needs to be smarter with the ball, and he needs to have better decision-making, I think, in the final third as well. And then we would have had a better performance, perhaps.
And look, I'm starting to lose a little bit of faith in Gill. I'm starting to question whether it's really going to happen for him at Tottenham or not. But I would caveat that by saying Chunky Cheeks. We have to understand Kyle Walker's pocketed Mbappe, Dembele's pocketed some of the quickest and best wingers in the world. So I think we have to be mindful of that. It was always going to be a huge task for Gill coming into today's game. The fact that he was taken off at half time probably shows how he got on, right? But I do also think the kid has had an unfair narrative around him since he's joined Tottenham Hotspur. He joined Tottenham Hotspur at a very testing time for everybody. And when we signed him, he was made, I'm not going to say a scapegoat, but he was pinpointed, not good enough, this, that, and the other. And ever since then, there's been an unfair sort of narrative around Gill. And I don't think, he's been given, the best opportunity to shine at Tottenham either. But look, at the same time, I'm one of them. When you get a chance, it's up to you to take it. He didn't.
No, he didn't. And big up, Chunky Cheeks. Appreciate your support. I'm laughing at Dermatron's super chat here saying, I told you Spurs would not lose today. I told you all. Now bow in front of the Dermatron. I told you all. Great point today. Come on, you Spurs. Not sure if I'm going to bow to the Dermatron. If you maybe pull off another pretty crazy prediction, Mr. Tron, I might consider a kneel of some kind. Maybe not a full-scale bow, just a kneel out of respect or a salute of some kind. But he wants people to bow in front of him, Dave. I mean, he's feeling good about this one. He's feeling good about this one.
I take it he must have been getting a bit of stick for being positive on the pre-match build-up, so judging by that.
Maybe so.
Look, Dermo. Look, Dermo, I was sort of agreeing with you. It's like, I'm well aware of the dangers coming into this game and everything else. However, it's Man City. We sort of always pick up a result. But look, Dermo, today's a day to embrace each other, rejoice with each other, and just enjoy the result, my man. But I do understand where it's coming from. When you're getting a lot of heat or flack for your opinions, when you do come out the right side, it is hard not to, make people apologize. Jarmo, let's enjoy it, my man. We got what you wanted. Come on, you Spurs.
Love it, Tron. And
I love it. Fighting back by Darla. I love that. Not lying down, taking it.
Maybe no bowing today, but definitely good to see that the Happy Clappers are winning today, Dermatron. The Happy Clappers for sure are winning, brother. And big up to Wolf Mauler in the chat. See, you're kind of joining us as well, Wolf Mauler. Really do appreciate your support as a member. And Dark Sun G as well. Really appreciate you, my man. He's saying Basuma has these games. I remember he gave Ronaldo a goal during his time at Brighton, so I'm not too concerned. Ange got 8 points versus the Blues, Man United, City, Gooners, and Liverpool, which is huge for his first season in the Premier League. It's a real sign that he can stand toe-to-toe with these bigger managers, with these guys that right, have these reputations and have a lot more kind of time and experience in the Premier League than he does, and he's picking up points against them, and he's given them good games as well, and at times has shown that he actually has an even better brand of football than they do, a really impressive brand of football. So Dark Sun G, I'm quite impressed by Ange, especially coming up against these bigger teams, like you say, and even too in the case of, you would say, Chelsea and Arsenal, like maybe one of those games could have maybe gone our way a bit more, and we actually would have even more points than the 8 points that you just are mentioning there. So a huge first season for Ange, and I'm not going to jump too much on sort of the, like let's talk about Basuma sort of thing, but I think he does in some way deserve attention for the goal that he did give up, but I don't think it then means that he's going to have a stinker for the rest of the season or anything. I do expect him to be at his best sometime soon, but I agree with a lot that you had to say there, Dark Sun G. Maybe Basuma sort of has these moments or has these games, like you say there, right, with Brighton and in the case of Ronaldo. Good point there.
But you know what, though, lads? I've sort of been on the same thing with Basuma. After the sending off, I'm like, he owes us. Come back, disappointing. After the suspension, then he owes us. Comes back today, disappointing. Look, I think Basuma's an incredible player. Don't get me wrong. I think very few in the world can do what he does in that deep position. But once you set a standard, unfortunately, you're going to be held to that all season long. And last season, he didn't have the best of seasons last season either. I think it's okay to ask for more consistency. It's okay to demand more. And look, that shows the level of the player we've got, right? That people are demanding more from him, demanding better, that they don't, they don't think their mistakes are acceptable. They wouldn't demand that of a really good player, So, look, with Basuma, I just want to see him get a little bit better, Dark Sun G. But I do hear what you're saying. I don't think we should sit here and double down on him and go harsh on him, this, that, and the other. I'd argue if Romero done that, he'd be absolutely slaughtered. But look, I just want a little bit better from Basuma, Dark Sun G. That's all, my man.
And Ange picking up these points against the bigger teams, it's just terrific to see. And it's a sign that he's the real manager. It's a sign that he's the real deal when you're picking up points in the way that he has been against these bigger teams and bigger managers pick up. Ray Martin.
He also put in one. Dark Sun G also put in one just before that as well, before Dermot's one, saying now we have our cutie back for the Hammers. Oh, happy days. Great song, by the way. Oh, happy days. But Romero being back going to be an absolute huge boost. I'd actually keep Romero in beside Emerson. I'd drop Davies. But look, let's see what happens. Interesting times. I'm just delighted to have him back. Our defense has been way too passive standing off people.
Need him back as soon as possible, Dark Sun G. I've been missing Romero the moment that he was gone. And okay, I do see that one now. Yeah, happy to have Cootie back for the Hammers. Yeah, he's been vital. He's been crucial, Dark Sun G. We've been needing him, and I really do like Cootie Romero's passing, to his ability in possession, to just sort of his aggression. I think Emerson brought a bit of that aggression, which was nice, and some of that defensive solidity that can happen with Romero, but it's more just what he brings in possession that we've been missing for the past few games. He's just better than anybody else really that we have to offer. Maybe Van de Ven's sort of comparable, but in possession, Romero, he's just terrific in helping us build out from the back, and also picks out passes that very few players see that really can unlock the opposition and just get moves going. So looking forward to having him back, and especially against the Hammers, really good player to have back, especially against a team like that. And now I see Neil Shafton's in earlier. I guess maybe I just had to refresh. So some of them came in, and then some of them didn't, on my screen. So now I do see them. Big up to Ray.
Grant, you've done a very good job there.
Big up to Ray Martin, my man. We finally have gotten down to you, sir. If you're still listening, do appreciate you, my man. And he says maybe we should not sell Dyer. We win when Dyer is on the bench. He brings us good luck when he is on the bench. And he's also, I think, sent in a 3, and I think as a super sticker, and I think that's for the 3 goals. Absolutely, the big 3 goals from 3 different players. But Dave, I mean, Dyer, perhaps he's a good luck charm to be leaving off the bench, or to be leaving, but he was out of the squad, so maybe that's the good luck charm. When he's out of the squad, then it's, the good luck charm. When he's on the bench, I don't know if that's the case. What type of
He's
good
one of
luck
them
charm
guys.
is
He's
it?
got too much to say. Even when he's on the bench, he's in there. No, it's not. Even when he's in there at halftime, come on, mate. We got to do better. Fuck off, Dyer. You're useless. I'm not listening to you. Go away from me. I mean, look, I really don't want to go in on him today because he was nowhere near the team, which is probably why we got a result. But look, I know Ray Martin's probably sent that in tongue-in-cheek as well. Look, just cut ties. The sooner the melon's gone, the better is what I would say. I've just had enough of them. The fact that, honestly, the fact that we tried to pull down Romero for the sake of Dyer, just for that reason alone, get him fucking gone. I mean, Jesus Christ, absolutely ridiculous. Makes everyone else around him look bad. Just get him gone. Hopefully, we've learned a lesson with this now, and hopefully, once some of these longer-serving guys are gone, we learn to be a bit more ruthless with players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ray. I think Dyer, the good luck charm has been him being as far away from the squad and as far away from the team as possible. So if that means we could end up, I don't know, maybe if he gets a transfer out of the club, all of a sudden maybe we win something. That's maybe where the good luck charm could come from. But yeah, getting Dyer as far away from this team, I think is going to benefit us, and it's going to lead to people maybe finally waking up about sort of the defense that we've actually had for years. I think we've made so many excuses for guys like him and guys like others in the defense in the past, and we finally have seen players like Emerson put in a better performance on a consistent basis, despite not even being a natural center back, right? And it's just the standards that we sort of dropped ourselves with when it came to that guy was really quite sad. But yeah, getting him away from the team and getting him away from the bench even has been terrific. I hope to see Ashley Phillips come back from injury too, Ray Martin. And I appreciate your support. And as a fellow Yank, let's enjoy this win today, Ray. Let's enjoy this win. It feels like a win. I don't know why I called it a win. Maybe because the Basuma goal, Basuma goal felt, I don't know, I just keep forgetting about it. It feels like grabbing that third goal. And even grabbing 3 goals at the Etihad feels like you should win. But a terrific point for us, Ray, and enjoy yourself, my man. From one Yank to another, enjoy yourself, my man. And,
Ray, just quickly, what I would say, I'd rather that machine that was sprinting down Tottenham High Road in the snow last year. I'd rather him play centre half. Look, give Dyer a job with Haringey Cancel on the snow plough. Give him something to do.
And Dark Sun G saying, we gave City a better game than the Gooners versus Liverpool did, or the Gooners and Liverpool did. Gooners won by a lucky goal and faced a City without Rodrigo, while Liverpool was a lucky goal by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool was a real snatch and grab performance. Like, they just sort of dug in, sat defensive, and were able to survive some waves of attacks from City, but City were the better team for the majority of that game. And then Liverpool just took their chance and have been a very clinical team when they've had those chances. In the case of also the Gooners, like, I remember that sort of result. They really did, sort of right. I remember some of the misses that Man City had, just some of the players that they were without. It's not comparable really to our situation, and also as well for us, right? We have every single player that we rely on to get results against teams like Man City out, right? We've had Madison out, Van de Ven out, Bentancur out. We didn't even have enough attackers to bring on. We had to bring Richarlison back into the team despite only just coming back from injury because we're just so desperate. It's a pretty impressive point from Spurs considering all the different kind of hindrances and all the different sort of setbacks that we had in this game. For sure, Dark Sun G. And so maybe the Gooners can take a note. Maybe the Liverpool can take a note. Show us some credit for this performance. I really doubt anybody will because they jumped on Postecoglou immediately when he started losing games. And the moment that he's picked up a point, I bet they'll all of a sudden, divert their attention away and maybe look elsewhere because it felt like they were really going after Ange. And now that he got that point, I wonder if anybody will take anything they said back, over the different media waves because he really was getting called out, being called naive, etc. And he's without any of his best center backs, without his best midfielder, without some of his better attackers off the bench, picked up a point against Pep Guardiola away from home. I mean, guys got to be given some credit.
It's also the style he approached to Jack. Arsenal sat back a lot of the game, sat back, waited to counter, step men behind the ball. Liverpool changed the way they usually play going up against City as well. And it's the style we done it with our E team. So, I mean, And E-Team for energy renewable, by the way. Just if there's any City fans out there listening, but we done it in style. We play the way we want to. Words never sounded so great.
Darkson G, what a night, man. And also too, one of those games where I think you were up till like what, 1 a.m, kind of a bit of a late one, but you're probably just staying up all day,
Exactly.
waiting all day for it. Not something that you had to, wake up at stupid o'clock for. It's something that you had to, right, have some sort of ridiculous alarm clock for. But a game that you had to sort of wait and anticipate, and one that a lot of us were really nervous ahead of, and picked up a point, my man. Huge day for us, and I'm relieved on so many ways. I think I've finally gotten through a lot of different super chats and comments here, and I really do appreciate everybody that's been with us today. A long, long, long day, a long watch along, a great, great point for us as Spurs fans. I mean, we just went into this one, I think, with a lot of us with no hope, really not expecting much, even despite the miracles that we've had against Man City in the past. Some of us just sort of felt like, I don't know if it's happening today, though, despite the miracles. And yet, Spurs somehow did get it done. Got over the line, got something out of this, and feels great. Big up, everyone, and really do appreciate you all for tuning in. I see so many members, so many people, so many regulars. Jacob Anderson, I'm saying hello to you as well. Joining us late in the chat as well. Ed Sweeting, so many brilliant names, brilliant faces of this community. But yeah, I think I might start shutting up now and maybe, think of, listen to other people have their say. Listen to other people, have a conversation about the game.
Yeah. Yeah, look, just quickly, I'm going to add, I want to say a massive thank you to Jack for the huge effort today. Usually I try and do all the pre-match build-ups because the time in the morning is for Jack and stuff like that. But, he stepped up today. He got his reward with Spurs stepping up as well. So everybody, please give Jack a massive thank you in the chat for stepping up today, pulling himself out of bed very fucking early off little sleep after getting in late last night. So massive effort from Jack today. Thank you to Dermot and Mia stepping in earlier on as well. And look, thank you to all you guys for your incredible support. Thank you for tuning in today as well. I mean, it's a mad world we live in, when you hope, it kills you. And when you've no hope, it brings you back to hoping again. Absolutely crazy world we live in. But at the end of the day, we're Tottenham Hotspur. We never stop. We never die. Let's keep this hands train on the tracks and let's keep moving along. All well aboard. Choo, choo. Well and last but not least, everybody, I want to set a standard around here. I want to try and be the first YouTube channel where everybody is a subscriber, is a channel member. Let's see if we can make that happen.
Yeah. And as we're sort of ending off here, Darkson G getting back to me saying West Ham is in fact the stupid o'clock match, which is sad. Yeah, it'd be nice to get Romero back, start to see, the semblance of our closer to our best 11, right, Darkson G, when we start to see guys like Romero return. And that's West Ham, bubble blowers. None of us like the bubble blowers. That's not a game that you want to be waking up at stupid o'clock for. It's nice to get hyped up for the West Ham game, give them a bit of a humbling, give them a bit of a lesson. So I'm sorry you have to wake up at stupid o'clock for that one, my man. Most of the time, let's be honest, you do have to wake up at stupid o'clock. So these are kind of the rare games where it's at least somewhat normal, at least somewhat kind of regular for you. So I'm glad that we got a point out of it, man. I really am. And appreciate you, Dark Sun G, today. And you've been with us since the pre-match build-up, following along throughout the game, throughout the watch along, as many of you have. Tyler, Big T, Ray Martin in there as well. I really do appreciate you saying you guys make the game fun. I turned down the TV and listened to your commentary when I watched the game. I even did that the other day when watching Dave and Nick, did the same thing. Ray Martin, I did it to my own channel, which was hilarious to see. Tottenham Boy saying, love the stream, lads. Massive point for us today. Appreciate you, Tottenham Boy. Darren Kilbane, so many of you in the house. Mick Hermlock, Rick C., plenty of you guys that have tuned in today, as well as people like Dark Sun G. We also had as well, I believe, Martin Knightsbridge, THFC Till I Die, Chunky Cheeks, Al Ben, Adrian Chia, Third Kit Society, the oldies, so many of you, Neil Shafton, Jason Bell. Really do appreciate you guys. Ian Cook supporting the channel and in extra ways. Jerome, he's been really terrific as well. Coming up with great questions. Ray Martin, Faz Radfar. We do appreciate you all. Thank you again for supporting the channel in extra ways. And anybody that smashed the like button, just throwing in a comment, engaged with other people in the chat, right? Having good back and forth. It all really just, provides a good community. It does help us out a lot. So we do appreciate you all, everybody. And yeah, I think we'll let you go and we'll leave you there.
And just to sign off.
Yeah, sign off for us, Dave. Sign off.
Get better at fantasy football. Get better at fantasy football, you guys. As always, come on, you Spurs. In the mighty Andrew we trust.
Come on, you Spurs.
We never stop.
We never stop. Big Andrew trust. We'll be seeing you, everybody. Have a good one.